Fiorentina team baako. It's in the end 4-1 to Atalanta. Atalanta Eco Finals. Omani Juventus and the Bepemso. That is the Coppa Italia. Anopia Italian Serie A game back so and no 45 minutes spend your boy okay now you didn't say any Roma ball game and Roma Abrante friend indica a trashy and game the man twaso and any bet twaso I abo game before game no be and 1-1. Okay, it's a penny for say 6 and then 6 o'clock. Any bet to us our game. So almost 6 o'clock. Any bet to us our game. So near ball at the week. It's a new Italian Serie A. Jamie Carragher see Liverpool a title hopes no. It is over. Now Jamie Carragher and Siwa. I say me and no kind you know. Hey. Or say I say Liverpool. Omo make a decision on Abrante Darwin on S. Or say Abrante ni kuombo pa. Darwin on S had a couple of great chances. What say no? Liverpool are not clinical enough. Jamie Carragher or see Liverpool, they are not clinical enough. And Abrante Darwin Nunes is contributing to that. And team now make a decision on his future. If they think he can't be their main striker going into the next few seasons, they need to make a decision on him because they can't go on like this. The team our person winning big trophies there. They can't continue with a striker like Darwin Nunes. You see, he does everything good. Ultimate run, ultimate actually players. Now the most important thing for a striker to put the ball at the back of the net, you know, Darwin Nunes in the year. What is a striker without goals? Decision about on a USM Oje any Bekeni the AC woman team last a year week no. There was some mommy no bought a CAF Confederation Cup semi-final game. Next game in Ama so due to an issue a year an issue a USM Oje for the Kopijai Bekeni for Jesse no. The Moroccan map ne the Mukakraka. There is friction between Algeria and Morocco due to some territorial lands. A political manson. It be raw football. USM Algeria for ne se woman ma Bekeni for in Shesages in for more game no. And that calf Eddie ruling about. Say a year or class no. Say ena woman about almost to sanction USM Algeria with a forfeit of 3-0. Not to say, first leg, you know, Bekene didn't kunim 3-0. To submit the case to the disciplinary board for a possible additional sanction. The second leg fixture between RS Bekene and USMOJ at the Bekane Municipal Stadium on 28 April is maintained. It's first leg, you know, Omopache say Bekene Edin Kunim 3-0 dada. USMOJ aswan yeshi. Say him say USMOJ for no maka kobo game na. It is on the 28th of April, which is this Sunday. Yes, Liverpool are close to announcing that they're firing the coach Arne Slot as their new head coach. Next week, we will be confirming. Liverpool choked right from that FA Cup they played with Manchester United. United since then Liverpool have not been themselves. Antoine Semenyo getting bigger and bigger. Georgian club and so upper Liverpool fans at all. Or say ye see what Everton no or fan bonnet and channel or need team na anko. But Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk and so say or shema the teammates no debi or attitude assassin or games are or boom. Or say this is not how they started and this is not how they plan to finish the season. But that is your character as a son. You don't want to give their all. Has the title slipped away from Liverpool? Yes, there could be some form of instability our Chelsea back dressing room if Mauricio Pochettino is sacked because players need be honoma or moon is a father figure. Yes, he be mpena asem e be mpene ni mahwekura but e be there for more allegiance to coach I friend Mauricio Pochettino. It yes akena e betimi de ntawantawa bi aba. Yeah, a few transfer stories. Xavi Hernandez was a coach the Barcelona. Now before season baby, you know, cause season baby ya and yadia over 2 Jumane so Ediama Barcelona. Say Xavi a reverse his decision no was so one kind the Sudebida was at Nabasa for 1 more year. To say Xavi sign another contractor 1 more year to 2025. So Xavi will continue as the head coach of Barcelona. What does it mean for the future of Barcelona? Medical Council say Jamie Carragher they were question Liverpool striker Darwin Núñez if he is really a top striker will be to a team at big titles. Or see Liverpool need to make a decision on him. They don't want to win big titles, yeah, they can still keep him. But if they are really aiming for a Champions League, in the Premier League, they need to make a decision. Roberto De Zerbi still needing any nanenam Bayern Munich Jumana home, but I see he's focused on doing his work at Brighton and Hove Albion. Ralf Rangnick I confirm, say yes, he's been contacted by Bayern Munich for a potential move. They say on a Austrian Austrian national team, one in a head coach. It is a Bayern for fan and actually so die Austria Jumano. They be called Euro 2024, so Intineni Bako and so at Teho. say Abrante Enzo Fernandez and Shano and see Akayama Chelsea BM till the end of the season. Fis Abrante and also Koye surgery B. I don't need to say bit to my Chelsea pa. Fabregas, former Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona midfielder, AS Monaco, Kobo Kakra, and nano other way interview yes on pick the best 11 no the Premier League in him. Na the best 11 or say wakoye no goalkeeping department of Abrante David Seaman, formerly of Arsenal. Wafa the former teammate Ashley Cole eka of John Terry and Rio Ferdinand as the centre back pair and of Kyle Walker as the right back and fifty and okofa Patrick Vieira formerly of Arsenal, Steven Gerrard and Swodinidin eka of Cristiano Ronaldo and so position makwana ontimi and differentiate a right wing right hand side of midfield or see either David Silva and as Kevin De Bruyne and it don't mean CNP but Omumba kono befa David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne anymore okofa Thierry Henry and Didier Drogba and I'm the base na abedwa 0506 367 196 0506 367 196 and on your WhatsApp line for WhatsApp message for na menke kan FM. Good morning Anedu.
Mutala, good morning.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Nyamina dom.
Yes. It be a very fine. Adia change idea. Idea fit. Australis Mrs. So Adolson. My name is Sandra. We no opportunity to watch Crystal Palace in the Newcastle game ni kakra.
Na me shafo me hwa kakra ma hwa kakra.
There are two guys here. I'm picking for Crystal Palace.
Why no wine?
Mateta, Jordan Ayew. And Jordan Mateta assist here. We don't normally see Jordan doing that. And Mateta no, under this new coach, he's the informed player in Crystal Palace. It's when the opportunity I'm hoping say Obe continue like this. In fact, since this new coach joined Crystal Palace in the Premier League, the only player was goals is Mateta, Kupama. So tells you say coach who for you to have a Jumedi. Now some player being more than more. We had a striking department of Crystal Palace. He was fighting that particular position with Edward. Who was our player? No? Or no, Mateta, now on any place that particular position. No? He was coach about a typical 4-3-3. I prefer Eberichi Eze and Jordan Ayew operating from the flanks. And to be another players na airplay. The striking department. Who's an saying, only say no injury. The entire who know. And to Jordan, any breach is an after the wing play. And to quote Nasa San and Sanoka, sometimes we decide to cross or call the 3-back system. Jefferson Lemar, Echo Boas, part of the 3 central defenders. So Jefferson Lemar, the bomb of Kaka. Now, the debate team of Crystal Palace. And under this new coach, maybe please see, we're hosting. Crystal Palace is playing some good football. And some of these results na wunya, and my assurance say we team name down relegation. We are likely to see them the following season. And that is one thing that this new coach, you know, or the other Crystal Palace team no. My person no when Onuade team na ko pre-season. Onuade to sign 1 or 2 players be abeka ho. Remember to my fair assessment of the Crystal Palace no be so no compared to what Patrick Vieira anyway Hudson was doing. But the most important thing is our own Jordan Ayew apeke form. In fact, this particular season, we have double figures of goals and assists. 11 in the Premier League. And we have 7 assists. That is Jordan Ayew. In the Ebabesi story that I am for Kase, we should rather rate Jordan as someone who creates and give assists to players than expecting a lot of goals from him. Tell me, Jordan no cry no fine.
Makasa, if you are expecting goals from Jordan Ayew, then he is the wrong person.
Into Jordan who to fine.
Jordan is just a hard working. I see Jordan more of a second striker. Good.
Or a winger.
Yes. Winger is a Crystal Palace the other than a winger. But if he's played that position now.
But second striker, then it's a what kind of mateno?
Sana first obu. He's not an out.
I actually hear number 10, Jordan number 10.
Number 10.
Is it number 10 up?
Is it number 7 one as the winger who would help the right back and provide crosses into the box and all that. And never one.
And then Bakusa amount for this was the goal Mateta said we were talking about, no. And then Baku amount for one time frame when they say or a hard working player on the pitch. But all more enough goals in a season. It's me person me this idea the become a discussion because of how I Ghana for who Jordan Ayew. In Tobate, Jordan, when was the last time we say goal? Jordan no say goals. They be another starting lineup no more. Jordan no say goals. They be another last time team of the things that we need to see from him. Look at this assist from him. With the Tobana Feni, and you understand what I'm talking about. Inti, AI say he's more of an attacker midfielder. Either you play from the wings to say the work and now say behind the main striker. Inti, that is how Jordan Ayew is here picking from this particular season at the Crystal Palace. And I am there because Mutala, I idea about could be a before say your players needs to be in a good form ahead of next 2 months crucial game na be we are supposed to make a baby answer. Weekend we baby. Next week na May. Na ka 1 month. Na ya ko boss a crucial game no against Mali. Into by this time to ado you monitoring, right?
Yeah.
Into say say and the topic was about Isaac Fatau. And there Jordan during the weekend. Osman Ibrahim. Kudus Mohammed. Even at the time, Paris Saint-Germain, Lyon, and the German was on the score sheet. Into some of these Ghanaian players, we were talking about Thomas Partey yesterday. What I say? Indeed, Joseph Pentil doing well in USA. So it's a good time to see some of these Ghanaian players performing for their respective clubs. The only thing I had a raising question about it and they say, why bench to the first when they represent the national team? Inti Yamobidi and I was happy and impressed about Jordan Ayew performance. In the Super Umpo, he's one of the leaders in our national team. One of the most experienced players of Benya, yes, regular star players. Inti a super performance from Jordan yesterday. And a convincing win from Crystal Palace against Newcastle. Newcastle form no. Oman should the year Europe qualify the bedding. We had the Premier League table now. Oman you careful Europe qualify, but my day they Crystal Palace. I'm a Newcastle, sorry, because performance now what they not tear from Gakra. Quite them better move from Nasa Bruno Guimaraes, Mone Isaac mo. Some of these big teams, a grab one. So I want a good result for Crystal Palace yesterday. Mutala, Premier League title ne Liverpool sana.
Aya ne sa.
No be dio. nti isi awo ebetuma ka say Arsenal ne City na epre adem ya in fact among the three teams na fixtures na do obi ni na me force nka obi anka na de ye Liverpool but Liverpool so na pair the results na aba no enra na Everton for year mu free race ni mu enra Everton nya maximum 3 points na de ba kwa me ko mechi kwhwe ne ye how a point ne sia ko e de amomo anyhow e be important de amomo in the Premier League na me who say enra na Everton deserve sa win no it will do a lot for them in surviving the Premier League because all her Premier League I see now 3 teams are they both Premier League na we enda omuko relegation Luton Town Burnley and Sheffield. It look like Sheffield omo kwa answer but between Luton Town and Burnley no we know 2 games we close we take obi it's not Nottingham Forest and Everton where the team as our teams ne force somebody to make you free my be omo. So Enra, that Everton win, that Manchester derby game now, Everton winning over Liverpool. No? Emma Everton an upper hand among the teams that almost try to survive. In Jamaica say a good win at Emma Everton over Liverpool. In recent times, now Manchester derby na yaya one way to do. Liverpool. But it's good say Enra. Everton the maximum 3 points and they play some good football.
And that's when they how mo pa.
And that's when they affect Liverpool. Because omo dream, adi omo share them this particular season no. Everton mama ahwere omo. So, omo ha Liverpool. That is why who be a person Man City be Premier League na to aso for. This is the time they say we throw weight behind Arsenal.
I don't want it to ask for a bedding.
Yeah, you're a student of the Premier League, you know. You're impressive. Premier League team, Premier League now, the Farmers League.
Sir,
you're impressive, you know.
Nasana, what they was around with my fa. I was so far.
But try to force it here, so for say, you're petit about my city, can Liverpool, yeah, and yeah, Arsenal. Arsenal gave about my first will lose, no, or get a while, I say. You be the Arsenal game, no. What's the Arsenal question? Tottenham Hotspur, but not if any team yabe hano league no to benye. Inti, kamia kwa ese omo emi ama league na be City diardo. And necessity say obese Brighton and Rosabium. I'll come there. My match is be say oba generate 3 points. Game back where difficult here weekend game no go back against Nottingham Forest. Brian says I'm a pempe member. In the other situation is the City. And Liverpool lose no money, no. A disappointing result. And any supporter for Liverpool. Everton for a year pan. And more chances in the Premier League, no. I am low, very slow. Indeed, a good result for Everton. A bad result for Liverpool. In the Liverpool issue, no, may person me connect Jimmy Carragher said no kafa down in this no. Mutala down in this area disappointed me kakra. Why was she down in this? El Benfica. May I show the 2 seasons I was spending with England no. Nka be expect more o Liverpool. Mutala ka say we sa season na oji ni di wo Benfica no. No na Erling Haaland na nobody was so pan as strikers as typical number 9 omuji omudi. Na City ko fa Erling Haaland. Na Liverpool ko fa Darwin Núñez. In fact, Liverpool paid more than what City paid for Erling Haaland. But the story is different about Darwin Núñez. Onya consistent. Ebi kwa say board na nkasa onimbo. ebi say Diogo Jota ni who as a Darwin Nunes. Because he can't talk Darwin Nunes. No, he shouldn't be a squad player. He should be someone that over count on himself. Or Baba ye Firmino Sadio Mane di mana Boasala. But then commonality saying, on you consistent enough. Nti Liverpool share the view. A season me for say an English striker be a pick forms ano. Inka Arsenal and Liverpool for many show only Watkins. Born now I won this particular season for Aston Villa no. E so ko nanim. And me for say Arsenal and Liverpool bet more fan that opportunity. E mo ba ko grab no. In which Liverpool enya obedi say only Watkins are. They may not need Darwin Nunes again. Liverpool should be team, especially when the new coach is coming. Salah could leave. Maybe Salah to acquire a open room and some of these players to flourish. Mention that who called the Gapon to cry ye. Gapona me who know Holland. Scoring goals week in, week out. Make out the game be in the Europa League against Arsenal. They won that game at home. Cody Gakpo was one of the star boys. Is it Liverpool na yako say Luis Diaz ye, Jota ye, Salah ye. But Cody Gakpo no ne, especially Darwin Nunes, it's not good enough. Performance in this room too much. So they should work on that. So when kwa de meyane Jimmy Carragher ya adwene say, you know, Darwin Nunes no mo nan hwe de yie. Na mo de we situation be si akọ. Man you, a good win for them. 4-2. They more want to say how can Sheffield score 2 goals? It means sir, it's the one you know. Adeba a di Man U nya this particular season. Omunya consistent back four. That is why I always say Adeba Abu Arsenal and say apart from the left back position now, me who about 3 or 4 different players playing there no. The right back and the 2 central defenders now has been consistent for them. Man U enya nesa. Lucio Abobi, Malasia Abobi, Dalo Abobi, Bisaka Abobi. Central defense no, all the 5 Abobi. Don Evans, Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, Maguire, Varane. In the Omunya a stable defense, that is what they consider a lot. For somebody can talk about Onana, but Omunya stable defense, and also more Onana. But the most important thing is Sheffield they have to be a tumbre, and Man U when you need the dim. It's my pick the maximum 3 points ahead of them. Let's see how I'm going to do no. Ebesiako Ediamom. Mutala, the final quote now can I say no matter the kakra on your bad. What's your man saying? Ancelot.
Ancelot.
On your bad coach. But the sure say why him and the store and acquire everything hard the enemy. Say all border that league now dominate to you could be. It is all free what bad. The first thing about him I had a story of everything hard. What about that? If we be at the woman here. Everything hard there is an acquire. Who was a window the coin? Oman Entina. Oman 1 season. 1 year the day. It my team friend of coach now has been linked to some of these clubs, you know. The first thing about me to me, you know. But the numbers, and then the all year were friend of Hono there. In go here elevation, I want to carry him. And Liverpool could offer him that thing. Maybe the story may be different when there was no opportunity by Liverpool. If you're not going Man U there debut, for everything hard.
Their destinies are not tied together, so.
Obiane ne de enko. Obiane ne ti. Me pass me hu no e be club, but me feel say between ono any Amorim no. Na me prefer Amorim no. For Liverpool.
Amorim yes am sure be call West Ham.
Ono so. Sporting CB to West Ham. Okay, England etua. Eni ba ho. Eyala. But now me feel say Liverpool ko ono mo hu ankeye. Maybe some of these people within the club, yeah, what idea be about the two coaches and more force and way better tomorrow fire and better. There are things we will not know. But my force can be two or no near Amorim, they can be Amorim. But I also not listen to the numbers, no, the oil or fine or no. Mutala Portuguese league, not Dutch league, no. The end I would see what them was.
I think the Dutch league is rated higher than the Portuguese.
Is it not the Portuguese league?
Well, I have to check the ranking again.
Now, the level of competition that what each league ni mo. Imagine you said the Portuguese league ni more than Braga, Porto, Benfica, Vitória Guimarães, Rio Ave. Some teams also say so when I would do Portuguese league now. Imagine you say who are they was so saying. Is that Kakama? 28 KD. PSV. Imagine you say Portuguese is slightly when the French master.
Ranking no, the Dutch league is rated ahead of the Portuguese league.
And the England, Spain, Germany, Italy, France, baba.
Okay, coefficient na me the year juma.
Yeah.
The women in CCA Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga.
So Bundesliga no when you say La Liga.
Coefficient. So
okay.
Points ranking this year. We be to Massa. Sanity. La Liga, Serie A, League 1, and our Dutch league in the Tosso set.
Na Portuguese no way.
I'm coming. So this league will need Chikakra.
Na Turkey way.
Turkish league is ranked 12.
Okay, and then I'm going to make you away from you.
Portuguese league is ranked 8th.
So even after the Dutch league, there is a league before the Portuguese
after the Dutch league, a Brazilian league.
Adudi Masamba. Wow. Let me first take a Portuguese league now. Market the Cakrano. Emu ya den kakra say the Dutch league. But even the Brazilian league, I bet how the emu ya we kakra. So I don't say the two coaches no omu bia nye bad, but na me madwene mu. Me prefer Amorim no much more than Ancelotti, but the honor so with with Feyenoord no. Emu ofe. Mutala mama Zabi and the Rafran de Kimfemi. And sana say mbebe my 1 minute preview on Brighton and Man City.
Okay.
Mutala is good. Zabi is staying. Per what the report bana. But Matisse wa more conditions bi omo yema no. That is the report I made. Matisse wa more conditions bi a omo yema no na edwuma no nya successful.
Tise sen.
Yes, or see yen change physical trainer wo ho. No ba sand people akubisa be ka edwuma no. And then the reporter made it. Barcelona reporter and say up 2 changes on the staff for the physical trainer and his assistant coach Oscar Hernandez. The per meeting on him for no. That is the reporter made it. And minim Barcelona for Bebrea, I'm for a program in the agro. I think say Zabi staying, that is the most important thing. I'm very happy about it. He's staying till 2025. But these are the conditions of their two penny for him to Monyamano. None of Dimano, and to me as successful. So, my person some of these developments in Besiako. But I never come very happy about it and says Zabi assistant Nagane. Who say Abrofono in government times is so much in a sound. And I'm with an yes and o take the decision we are on time sana dwene
where was the sound
but where there from nowhere Zabi what that many but media to be honest I'm happy for him stay in our club the
father sporting director Deku and then
I said no we are missing even though the everything now maybe but the most important thing no able to make a we meeting us
you say no we meeting several hours
yeah
you say Deku convincing the setna my 1 year
and then now replacement so I then the amount man but that be numbers in there why you kakra he's not been bad so about 2 years he's not been bad to be honest me dem who need there bad at least for La Liga at least we're quarter final stage of the Champions League the only thing I'm saying when you far so free move against PSG na ya obesa mo Champions League football probably next season oh yeah play them in room
okay so that second
what I say
it's not that bad
what to do now
just say in Spain if you don't win the La Liga between Real Madrid and Barcelona if you don't win the La Liga or win the Champions League that is their own rating no
and it's good say Zabi Etna well from it Menyanka you see Zabi and Zabi Alonso anchor by Munich none against man I extended the contract with the German national team no to be take over by Munich immediately after the Euros no unfair Austria for this year a big opportunity for him to coach Bayern Munich a big man in Germany ho big coaches are passing through Bayern Munich and so on so coach in the boost of Bayern Munich coaches because the best opportunity to coach the biggest club in Germany as a big man is to coach Bayern Munich. Inti Ralf Rangnick, I'll be happy. So by Bayern Munich to manage to the bomb. And how Nemesia come up with this particular season? No, this man can stabilize them for them next season. He's not a bad manager. On our rich experience. Almost a Germany or yeah, Germany manager.
Gang pressing.
And also the man you are you know.
Someone you there.
There's a German coach is not a in I'm not sure about it. The Chrome Hankabaka say Prof Mindanoti.
Yes, man, you need structure.
Inti Ralf Rangnick there. I'll be happy for him, say. About the Bayern Munich. Now left the Kaka. Mono so when you be guarantee immediately after Euros no menya nko the Bayern Munich adwuma because there may not be big things for him there again. After Euros na kwa kwaje ho no why adwuma na dia mom. Mutala to cut it short, I think the City will win today.
Nothing can stop them.
I don't think it will be this Brighton team. The Zerbi against Pep Guardiola hard to kakra. But at this time, especially when City every win in the Champions League, on Chema Brighton said them on the league that is on the entry. In team Mutala is going to be a straight win for them.
Okay.
I would like to see how Phil Foden Bepe Amomo. Reporter meeting saying Haaland will not be part of the traveling squad. Yeah. Oh, Alvarez will replace him. Reporter meeting say Erling Haaland will not be in the squad today. He will not play. And even Matisse Pep Guardiola Kase Sadan had baby. And I'll go for City straight win over Brighton the whole Sabium. Oh, Brighton for Mutala.
Okay, now they do and out to the channel 0506 367 196 0506 367 196. Fabra, make it carry from our Jose. Good morning.
Mutala Yakubu. I would say.
Nyaminato.
And now we hear a transfer story.
Debbie Mania do now.
We hear a transfer story. The only transfer stories out here were about coaches.
Yeah.
That's Rangnick, Xavi staying.
Xavi, yeah.
And then also one slot of Feyenoord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll touch base on that.
The only transfer story be a bank transfer was Jamie Carragher saying Liverpool should make a decision on Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
If they want to win big trophies.
Did you do any Manchester United story?
Yeah, I did a Manchester United story about they coming from a goal down to win. Onana making a mistake. Story.
Mutala, let me start with Manchester United.
All right.
Mutala, they have a problem. And I'm hoping I'll get to the stage where I'll speak about United and people will spare me all that emotional narrative. Did you watch United yesterday? Because I watched the game yesterday. I watched the Liverpool game yesterday. And for United to play against a team like Sheffield and come back twice in that game before they managed to win, all courtesy Bruno Fernandes's brilliant. Mutala, United really have a deep problem. I've said it over and over this season, and to say Mekaka, it sounds like a cliche. Meka, so I say Mutala, as a Maka, as my bread. Maka, my bread. Look at the first goal they conceded. Look at the first goal they conceded. Absolutely mess. It's an absolute mess. Chicago United conceded the first goal. Yesterday, if not for Bruno Fernandes, United would have lost to a last placed Sheffield United. Bruno Fernandes Nkwa. If not for Bruno Fernandes, United would have lost that game. Shamefully, they would have lost. And I'm always saying this, if for 2 years, 2 seasons, Erik ten Hag is not able to play the way he wants to play, then he's also a problem. For 2 seasons, if Erik ten Hag cannot get this United team playing like a top team, then he's also a problem. First season I bet you we the third. What you care about? Second season so when you have 2 full pre-seasons with a team, this is your second season and you still cannot play the way you want to play, then what are you teaching? Erik ten Hag is the first problem. If United have got a million problems, Erik ten Hag is the first one. Then you concede 2 against Sheffield United. At some point, everyone thought they were even going to lose that game. There's nothing promising about United. There's nothing nice about United. There is nothing encouraging about Manchester United. For 2 seasons, so there is a coach there. This coach deceived the world, saying he was the one who built a very, very formidable Ajax team. Ended up bringing a chunk of these players he worked with at Ajax to Manchester United. And today, look at the fate of Manchester United. But
you can't take the credit away from Ten Hag at Ajax. He did a good job there.
So replicate it.
And you'll be anything.
With the quality you have, replicate it. But like simple.
And you'll be anything.
But that you sometimes we get things wrong. Sometimes we get things wrong. Yep. What you did, it's Ajax. Maybe you had quality. Ajax has the name. They have the pedigree. So it's easy to ride on that. Replicate it here. And even if you can't get the results, let us see something positive about the way you play. I'm not always moved by results. Yesterday I sat here and I mentioned, say, if Chelsea could go to the Emirates, a stadium where very few teams can go and outplay Arsenal, and people felt I was being biased and sentimental. No. They got beaten 5-0. We understand. But at least they are trying to do something. That's the progress they've made as a team. Coach when no see so England or see all about Obian share the 5 that. Pep Guardiola got Liverpool change share the 5.
Look at that team, man.
He was with City when they scored in 5. Have you forgotten?
Sir.
Really?
Hey, Liverpool share the 5 that.
Go and check. Go back and check.
5 what?
Go and check. That was a game where Ederson Mochi check the ball, the ball for which the ball. Go and check.
Liverpool share City 5. Wow.
It's not just about the result. I'm not moved by results.
But the result is the most important.
Listen, but then at some point, we look at performance. Italy and the Manchester United are grinding results, but their future looks bleak. On the future,
but you always need the result. Because you
need the result too. But what, you see, yesterday I was trying to explain to someone. Say, Chelsea has been built on a particular foundation. Say, we need quick fix. We need results to win trophies. So they've never thought about the long term. For the first time they are thinking about the long term, the fans are being impatient.
Because they are used to.
Because that wouldn't always be the status quo.
But they are used to.
It's not about being used to.
It will take time.
Yes, it's a maker to say, and yet the coach you have a no co. Then on an average, coach be able lasting 8 months, 10 months. No. Sometimes football goes beyond that.
The fans are happy with that. Once there is trophy,
but that is not sustainable all the time. That's what I'm trying. That's why we will talk about Chelsea. And Chelsea have never been a dominant force in the Premier League.
Why have they never been a dominant force?
How many times have they won the trophy twice in a row? Premier League is also Chelsea. How many times have they won 2 at once?
Then as now can Man City mom they share Liverpool 5-4. The 2017 season was
they've lost 4 or it was 4.
Man City that beat Liverpool.
They beat them 5. Liverpool have also replicated, if not 4, then 5. How much on 5 in the Premier League?
4-3.
Check. So much on 4.
It was 4-3.
But they scored them 4. So if I said 5, but it's 4. Because I remember in that game, Ederson caused a blunder or something and they scored.
The game ended 4-3.
No much on 4 that.
Yeah.
4.
It was 3-3 now. Almost share last goal. No?
So maybe thanks for that clarification.
Yeah. Because Pep Guardiola team. Hey, who share the 5?
Now Pep share the 5 and not there.
Pep team.
405 now in them.
Hey.
405 now in them.
Pep team can share the 5-4.
Now in them.
5-4. But Pep shall share the 5 on Casa. Hey.
You see, I have a problem with Ten Hag. If I talk about United's goalkeeping problems, I have another issue again. And I've always said, if United will win a game, the attack will have to be at their best. And yesterday was clear again. Said if not for the attack led by Bruno Fernandes, United would have lost the game.
But Anthony no, who knows more about
when coach no false hope. Name your Akache players no for you see the players they bought were average players. Hey, some of the players at Ten Hag, they are about Manchester United, are average players.
Because the few minutes Ahmad played, Ahmad had an impact more than.
And you see, for you to, I don't know what Ten Hag saw in the players he worked with at Ajax, but one of the things, or also the mistakes he's made was bringing in players who were not good enough to play for Manchester United.
But I don't think Lisandro Martinez was average.
Top player.
Players or the Abanina.
Top player. He's the best. He's the best. He's brought.
Yeah.
That's the best player so far. With Midiaba. The rest of the players are bang average.
Yeah.
Anthony, for 80 million.
He's not good enough.
He's not good. I've told you there are certain players who will never develop. Anthony is one of them.
Anthony is not good enough.
No,
you should understand he's not good enough.
You know, one wine as a guinea fowl.
He's only Brazilian team because Brazil team Nakasegu.
But because he's also playing for Manchester United.
He's not good.
And Rafinha is 100 times better than Anthony.
Not good enough.
Rafinha is 100 times. I've said this thing.
Now Brazil team are Richarlison is striker more mono.
He's so good.
Aston Villa
you see, when they United even went to Ajax to pay that 18, I was looking at a guy and said, "Guy, we ball Ben or ball Papa. What was he playing? Then you buy him together with Onana for a combined over 120 million pounds. What has been their impact in the team? United fans forcing me and when we speak, they say we shouldn't say it. Look, has Shamaki signings or you? Shamaki signings or you? Holland, almost 70 million or 75 million. Big money. Anthony, 80. How do you even buy Anthony for 80 million? Hey! How do you? Ten Hag is the first problem. Eric Ten Hag, on the first problem no.
Now, players are already on my banner. Lisandro Martinez, I ever touched him with Casemiro.
He's proven. Oh, Casemiro has been good.
But Lisandro Martinez
has proven to be like the best signing he's brought in so far.
Because when he's at the back, he brings them a lot of stability. Because some of the goals I will consider this time. Tama Martinez was in their first season. You could see he prepared. That sense of awareness.
The IQ for defending also.
I know a draw on them. But Casemiro and Martinez have been brilliant. They've been solid. Anthony Mona, Anthony is not good. It's not good. Send Emeka say Chukwuemeka. I don't think. Noni Madueke. I don't think he's good enough to play for Chelsea. Anthony, he's not good enough.
Madueke, after we are started.
Mutala, United fans are hypocrites. Yesterday I was trying to see who would speak about Andrew Onana.
I'm sure they are not talking because they won.
United fans are hypocrites. Today I'm saying this on record. They are hypocrites. Bono and Onana de Chen, Edia and the Chayanka, the Yasun Adiebechi. A victim of his own standards. And United fans, I have always said it that anytime United will have to win a game, the attack will have to be at their maximum best. Now Onana has caused his made errors that had led to goals same number of times as David here last season. When we said here was having his worst season and Onana was having his best season. But then I wouldn't blame anyone. I'll blame Eric Ten Hag because he didn't even know what he was doing. Also, Dutch league then you convince United to go and carry 80 million pounds and go and bring this boy. Look at the state of the club now. A shameful performance. A very bad performance. Stinking performance. And it was because it was Sheffield. If it had been any other team, Crystal Palace United didn't mean it. Crystal Palace in Puanka United don't mean it. That's how poor they are. Now you see the Bruno narrative is changing. All of a sudden now people feel that Bruno is the real leader. You see, if Bruno was not playing
too bad,
if Bruno was not playing for United, now they will always hail Bruno Fernandes.
They considered 2 goals yesterday. One self-destructive from Onana, the other defense as it has caused them all season, opening up and conceding again. Now when you say what happened to them against Coventry will happen again, but Bruno rallied them on.
2 games, five goals. Look at the number of goals they are conceding.
Bruno rallied them on. Bruno Yadie and he told them to calm their nerves and play them.
He showed so much quality. Yeah. This is the guy and Kovac he's emotional.
I don't know why.
And I said the kind of crane you are showing emotions, people feel so you are being petty.
Gary Neville, your friend is saying Roy Kemo, sorry, I don't know Bashi Bruno. I don't know.
Roy Kemo joined his time. What was he doing?
Or see Bruno is too aggressive.
I don't know. It's not dressing room kick him. No, be idea.
Otia Obinya, Otibitia.
And Obi Yebia, you see the hypocrisy. Okay. And Obi Yebia, who can say Bruno Fernandes is being too emotional.
So that was the problem Andy Cole had with Roy Keane. Say, oh yeah, no Bono. Now when they are aggressive.
See.
But and then he's being overzealous.
That one we say about Anthony Martial. Yeah. He was stoic. He didn't show emotions.
Okay.
But this show emotions also I had
again. So that was the fine.
Go and watch when he was captain.
That was a fine line. You say some players are not showing desire and hunger.
Yes, hey, boy, I didn't show.
He's mourning. and a captain should not behave like that, he's overreacting. I don't know what
the level of hypocrisy.
I don't know what they want.
The level of, you see, and this is not just with the United greats or legends, even the fans.
Yeah,
double standards.
Me, I feel fans of football teams are ungrateful. As I be a better league, now
I sat here and always said, you see, Barcelona fans are Xavi didn't continue with what he said. Now, sign decision. Now, was uncle money bim. No mushe coach on Mekako.
Football fans will never change.
And how can you say, Onana? When Onana was making errors, you go onto social media, you log in and you see people defending the goalkeeper. This is a goalkeeper who has not put any special save since he joined. Spectacular save by Kukronyeda. And is the defenders. Hey! United fans! Long may it continue. Long may it continue. Send the defenders. When someone was winning the Golden Glove in front of Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, and another defense, they should support mediocrity. And this will be their level. They should support the United fans should keep supporting this thing. Coach, this one Hosa name them. Mutala Liverpool.
Now why then I will give Nyanko your ball game Nyanko we now on social media and they've lost the title.
They've lost the title. Oh come on.
Why did they lose?
Yesterday they didn't go to play. Liverpool were not there. I've realized something about Liverpool, Mutala, and today I'll bust your ball. Liverpool didn't go to the Merseyside to win. When the game started, Everton scored. Yes, he offside. Or win a penalty. And also VR Ebemu. Yes, he offside. I was watching the game. Everton happened to be the better side. They were the better side.
My Liverpool saw more of the possession.
Everton were the better side.
But you talked about Chelsea having possession.
I spoke in context. Chelsea has progressed. Theo Minka said if Liverpool should play against Everton and have 74% possession, what does that mean? I'm speaking about the fact that this red hot Arsenal got dominated by a Chelsea team that are still rebuilding. Context, please. It's very, very important. But then I've realized, Mutala, you remember what I said about the title race? I told you City were counting on their experience. Arsenal had the desire and the hunger to go all out and win it. But the Liverpool team were doing it for who? Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp. You could see, even with the injuries, the players were willing to play. The players were willing to give everything, even with the injuries. And the Liverpool team were willing to play. Then all of a sudden, it looks like Mutala Omabre. 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 This is not the Liverpool we used to know.
They've lost him.
No, they've lost it. They've lost it. They say they are whatever was fueling them to go all out and win games. No, Mutala, that thing is no day anymore. They were trying to impress Jurgen Klopp because he was going to leave, or he's leaving. They were trying to do everything to at least make his goal, a memorable one. They were trying all they can to give him a memorable send-off. But if it had to do with quality and tactics, Mutala, Liverpool were not there.
Just for Endra game that I said they've not
been there. For some time now, they've not been there. Mutala, they've not been there. Look at Liverpool. They look dead. They've not been there. I said it. They were playing to impress Klopp. They were playing to win it for Klopp. They would have wished Anka Klopp last season. Oh, Liverpool, no. But at least you parade Merseyside with at least 2 trophies.
As a place, like I said, that is the extra motivation.
But then you see, at some point they lost it, and it was not based. The likes of Arsenal and City, Mutala, they are playing with some variations. They are adding something to their game. When they're going guest off, they add something to their game. You can't say same about Liverpool.
The worst of Liverpool started when they lost that FA Cup game against.
And I told you, Sam, in football, when they are aiming to win a treble, try and stay in contention in all. The moment I lose, you are setting the tone to fail. And that was what Liverpool did. Because in that game against Manchester United, there was no way they should have lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. Because once you are in one competition, there is a belief that you can go far in the other competition. A lot has changed about us now. Pep is a master when it comes to changing systems, tweaking formations, making things happen within a game. And I believe that is the area where Klopp lacks a lot. After yesterday's game, I saw. If you had watched the game, there was no way they were going to break this Everton defense. Even if they had gotten one, about 2,000 minutes can come to me. And I've realized something. When you go back to Klopp's time at Dortmund, you remember that team he built, RBG back-to-back Bundesliga titles. The team that went to the Champions League final, Sobekaya. Klopp built a team. Madrid phone.
Okay.
I'm going to buy a call. We know.
Yeah.
Klopp built a team. Every baby, so you key players be Rufima. Mutala, that was it. He began to struggle.
He seemed to build his team around
a certain group of people,
group of players.
It's in the moment that some players do any hope. None of channel. How is it that Klopp hasn't been able to replace Sadio Mane? Klopp hasn't been able to replace Bobby Firmino. He's not replaced them because they are not playing that Klopp system. That's Klopp. You see, Klopp found so much comfort. At that point, he felt like this was the best team I could assemble. So in a season, Klopp will use less than 20 players in the Premier League. Why? Because changing things was so difficult for him. Say, Sobi, you go and watch their Champions League final against Tottenham Hotspur. It was that same 11. Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, Andrew Robertson, Fabinho, Gigi Wijnaldum. Was it Emre Can? Yeah, Emre Can. Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, and Mo Salah. That would be Klopp in point. He will tell you that was his best Liverpool 11. Now ask yourself, has Darwin Núñez replaced Bobby Firmino? He hasn't. Because what Roberto Firmino was bringing to that Liverpool team, Darwin Núñez is not bringing the same thing. Fortunately for Darwin Núñez, he's scoring more than Firmino. But unfortunately for him too, he's missing a lot more. So Liverpool fans will remember Bobby Firmino as a defensive striker, the defensive number 9. He would press and would be clinical because no one takes chances. Is Luis Diaz giving Liverpool those Mohamed Salah vibes? Have they been able to replace Fabinho? Do they have those same hard-working Gigi Wijnaldum and Emre Can in their team? Mutala, those are simple questions you need to ask. Klopp is really shy, and I think as a coach, that has been the problem. No. That has been his biggest problem. If you're a coach and you want to dominate for a long time, you need to have long-term plans. And that's why after one league season, Ferguson will try and make one marquee signing, one huge signing. Because he is looking at the next 2 or 3 years. When he brought in Cristiano Ronaldo from Sporting, when he brought in Wayne Rooney from Everton, he knew that at some point Ruud van Nistelrooy will have to go for him to accommodate these 2 youngsters. Team 9 are managing. We are not just managing for that season, but they are also looking at the long term. And then when I mentioned those 11 players, that's the best team to have played, set of players to have played under Klopp. And then he's still struggling. He has players in there. What has been the impact of Dominic Szoboszlai? Today, Mo Salah is not the Mo Salah we know again. And it's one of the reasons Liverpool keeps struggling. Mohamed Salah has lost everything. The Mohamed Salah, who was a magician, at this point, caution against Everton. Watch him against Everton. After ball, I wouldn't blame the players. I just feel Klopp wasn't able to adapt as the game kept on changing. Klopp just couldn't adapt tactically. When Timiam Fashi Yankahu, he was only changing personnel. Players in analysis, and now the question is that maybe Mohamed Salah would have to leave. Now the question is that Mohamed Salah might have to leave after Klopp has left. Darwin Núñez has disappointed everyone. Darwin Núñez was disappointing you, because when he was coming into the league, we thought it was going to be Darwin Núñez and Erling Haaland. We thought that it was going to be not just Liverpool and City, but it would be Haaland against Darwin Núñez. And the chances no one with 20 or 5. Chances no man 100 no I should 40. That's how poor he's been. But then I feel that Liverpool not being able to stay in contention and compete for all the trophies boils down to Klopp and his adjustment. Klopp hasn't really changed anything. Mutala. Klopp and Sissanshi, Michel Liverpool team now. Klopp and Shedan Sissanshi, the way they play, it has been that same old system.
But why should he change when
you need to change? Because the game
that has been the winning formula.
The game is changing. The game keeps on changing. We would always say Ferguson had some of the best wingers in the game, but when the game kept on changing, he also had to change. Didn't he move from David Beckham to Cristiano Ronaldo? He had money. But Usha, 3 players were now, they were different. That's why the fact said they were wingers. They all had a special and as a unique skill set. Look at his number 10. He moved from Cantona to Paul Scholes. Later he moved to Wayne Rooney as a number 10. At some point he was even Shinji Kagawa. So you managed to see the great coaches, Mutala, with their ability to adapt when the games keep on changing. Saying game no Sasan, game they need Sasan. That's how they change. I just feel Klopp hasn't really done a lot in terms of trying to what? Adapt to the dynamics of the game.
I don't understand why he would want to change.
You have to change.
This has been the formula.
Remember if he said SARS system now he built out the winning league or the Champions League. No, it contained some specific players. We all knew Mane was a hard-working guy. He would press and press and press. We all saw Roberto Firmino. He was the best or most important piece in that setup. Now tell me Salah is the same player he used to be when he was playing with Firmino and Sadio Mane. Tell me say he's the same player. Mutala. Is Salah that same player?
It will never be the same.
It won't be the same because something has changed within Liverpool. When the likes of Gigi Wijnaldum will just get the ball, they work so hard in midfield and release the attackers. Now that is not Liverpool anymore. But the coach failed to bring something that would sustain the club. The ginger pressing was working. The heavy metal football was working. But then when you take a detailed look at what they were doing, they hadn't changed anything. Because they felt that would just be how they set up. You think the football that City played in the 2016-2017 or 2017-2018 season is the same thing they are playing now? Don't kid yourself. At some point, the guy had to move to a 3-back system. And that's why we also have to see, say maybe is Arteta right enough to also change his game when the game keeps changing. I think for this one, Mobia first one and Mobia. Liverpool exiting all the tournament. I'll blame Klopp.
Why would you blame him?
I've said why I'll blame him. He's not changed anything. Now look at Salah. What is Salah trying to say? Why Mobo? Shebo Salah. Mo Salah he doesn't look like the Mo Salah that Egyptian king. He doesn't look like that lively Mo Salah we used to see.
But he can't continue to play since 2017.
But if you want to be a great, for 20 seasons continuous, nobody no more there.
Salah
Then things have changed within the club. Don't look at Salah.
Salah doesn't have anything to prove in football.
It's not about what you have to prove. The greats were proving for 15, 20 seasons.
Salah has done it from 2017.
2017 to for how long? When we were telling Haaland, now catching Haaland said for him to stay on top, he need to prove himself for 15 to 20 seasons. You think that longevity is not one of the things that makes someone great?
Because almost share the Ronaldo money.
So who is Salah looking at?
Salah is not looking at on Ronaldo level. No,
that's what I'm saying. That's why he's missing.
But he's one of the greats.
Which great?
In the Premier League.
I top 10 and now top 15.
Yeah, but one of the great players in the Premier League.
Top 10 and now.
If you are mentioning
top 10 and 9, it's a simple question I'm asking.
Mention greatest players to play the Premier African players to play the Premier League. Salah Dimbewo. If you are mentioning top scorers in African players,
I'm asking a very simple question. The question I'm asking is very simple. How can say he has nothing to prove again?
Of course.
For how long has he been at the top? And Salah has nothing to prove
since
again.
2017.
How many times has he cleared the Ballon d'Or podium?
No.
Let's not taking ourselves. This is Mutala. The level we thought Salah would get to.
Would you say Ibrahimovic is a great player?
By standards, he's a great player.
How many times did he climb the Ballon d'Or?
He's proven in different.
How many times did he climb the Ballon d'Or?
He's a striker. One, his goal scoring exploit. Two, the teams he even played for. Teams of Bomaye. Three, longevity. Boyama. Even when he got to his late 30s, 40, he was still playing at the highest level.
Maybe. So Salah moved from teams our boy. So Salah also played for Chelsea.
Basel to Chelsea. Roma.
Fiorentina first. Fiorentina.
Loan.
No, Roma. Roma, I think Fiorentina. Roma and Fiorentina move back on the first. Fiorentina, Roma, Liverpool. At the time Salah came to Liverpool. I know Bobo, the highest level, no. Now he found an opposite.
But after Liverpool, there are teams.
After Liverpool, where?
When he joined Liverpool had not won the league in 30 years.
Yes, he helped.
Yes, so any player who is playing for Liverpool wouldn't feel say I can elevate to another level.
At the time, Nana Salah, Liverpool, no. Now, Obon the best football in his career. Liverpool were flying. All up. Consistency,
no. We are not saying
that he has not been consistent.
For how long?
Since 2017, he has been consistent.
For how long? For how long? Since 2017. Yeah. For how long? To when? Salah has been a pale shadow of himself for the last 2 years. We've just not said it. And we've just not said it.
When you say he's still among the top goal scorers.
Mutala, standards. You see,
so he has set the standard for him, so his own self.
Because he was also competing, he was rubbing shoulders with other players.
But Salah doesn't have anything.
Don't tell me because Harry Kane scored 30 7 years ago. Now he shouldn't score 30.
No, Minka.
That's the point.
Mohamed Salah doesn't have anything to prove again.
What?
Say he's a good player.
You need to be there. You need to be consistent.
Why?
You don't have to be consistent for 4 seasons or 5 seasons and tell me say you are among the greats.
Somebody we need PFA play and the only day when you are mentioning top.
He says
and yes, no,
you're trying to tell me say
now 28. 28.
Now age when I'm go for DJ Ballon d'Or.
28.
What age?
And I'm catch say if you want to compare Salah to Ronaldo, Messi,
so who are we comparing him to?
See, they won't get there.
Who are we comparing him to?
He's a cat below them.
So who are we comparing? In what league will you put him? What year will you put him?
He's among the Robbie League, you know. He's there.
Which are Robbie's league?
Because Ronaldo and Messi are standing tall. No, they are cut above everybody.
You need to understand. Say a change in that Liverpool setup has affected Salah.
Oh, of course.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. Say a change in the Liverpool setup has affected him. The telepathy between Darwin Núñez and Salah is not the same as the telepathy between Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah.
They played together for years.
It's not even about years. The synergy was there.
Of course. And
synergy. Sometimes only people years. Only people for years. Mutala, but you wouldn't have that understanding.
But you could
also play with someone for just a year. The understanding is there.
You also understand they are completely Bobby Firmino, Darwin Núñez.
That is why. So that is why I'm saying say a change. within the team, the Liverpool team has affected Mo Salah.
Of course, because he built his game around.
Yes, so that's what I'm trying to explain. But don't tell me say he's done. Do you think Salah wishes say he wouldn't win the top scorer award again?
Oh.
You think Salah wouldn't want to climb the Ballon d'Or podium again?
No, I can't say he will not wish. The main partner wouldn't say. You are saying say Salah should be doing more, and I'm going to say what again should he
needs to be doing? Say what? Then why is he playing? Then he should retire. If there's no desire to play and win more, then he needs to retire.
The desire is not there, but you are making it look like he's not really done anything.
Menka says he's not done anything.
When I say he needs to stay,
he needs to stay at the top.
When you are mentioning Premier League greats, he
needs to stay at the top.
He's at the top. He has been there. He has been there.
Currently, he's at the top.
He's at the top.
Oh, David.
When you are mentioning great players,
if you don't think Salah will not even make the PFA team of the year. PFA team of the year one should go back. Let me do this one. Javi says he wants to stay. I say, oh. Team, I'm more baby. Sikaka, they told you the water park. But you feel Javi is not good enough for you. Until I don't talk about that thing again. Ralph Rangnick. He's confirmed say on it Bayern for Chichenkomo.
Yeah.
I feel but it will be very, very difficult for this man to say no to Bayern Munich. If truly Bayern Munich want him. If truly Bayern Munich want him. But Ralph Rangnick should also thank Manchester United. Because I believe it was that move to United that made him relevant.
Yeah.
And during his time at United, it's not like he was so bad. But then the time and then also Francis Sagan, it was too short. I thought he even came in as the idea of bringing Rangnick was to make him the technical director later.
Yeah.
Until after that 6 months now, Austria for Everton Okoye.
Yes.
And now he's doing marvelously well. I feel maybe he would accept them, but maybe he would ask them to wait until the Euros. Which I don't know if Bayern Munich will be willing to do that.
After the Euros?
Yes, because he needs to concentrate on the Austria job. No, but how many German coaches will turn down Bayern Munich? It's a dream job. How many coaches, German coaches will turn down Bayern Munich? I don't know, but not many German coaches will say no to a team like Bayern Munich. Especially a coach who is willing to relaunch his career again. Because I'm just imagining what that Bayern Munich move would do to Ralph Rangnick. He should just accept the job. And Slot's coming to Liverpool. But I think I'll need time to do this thing. I wouldn't do it today. And then I was watching Sky Sports and they were reporting from the final training ground. It means this move is gathering some momentum. And maybe they might even announce him as a head coach, next Liverpool manager, before the season ends. Even the Amorim story wasn't gathering such pace and noise. But in the last 2 days, as an onslaught to Liverpool has been making headlines. And almost every single newspaper in the UK is writing about that potential move to Liverpool. Mutala, I'll find time and profile him.
Okay, Josiah Okokwe, so now say the kind of or the Sunday Nidia yeah, I feel the entire honey and kind messages no. Nah, yeah, ba. Dreams FC in perspective, and also we're looking at a Kotoko game by the about Saturday. Changes about Ghana Premier League in the morning. I be doing come on. We say please. Salah and Firmino didn't play in the Champions League final. It was Origi and Shaqiri and Mane. Emre Can had left by then. Kofi and anyway Ebaye. Or say Salah and Firmino didn't play in the Champions League final.
Is he sure he didn't play in the Champions League final against
because
Spurs? Unconscious Spurs and say Omun no man start over.
The Omusha Spurs G 20 is it 19?
He was there. Fabinho Henderson Wanyado Munao. So I think a win and all. Yeah, it was Origi. Emre Can had left for Juventus at that time. But then it was the same. Sadio Mane started that game. Firmino started. Salah started. So how is he saying he said he didn't play in the Champions League?
And Roma.
Maybe it was the one against Real Madrid.
Your prior now free banana.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe
okay. I would have to check. Me check in the amount. Say 2018, 2019.
2019.
Any boss our game no. Yeah. Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur.
Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, so this was the lineup. I buy. For Liverpool, it was Alisson Becker in post, Alexander-Arnold, Martin van Dijk, and Robertson at the back four. If you feel Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson. Anymore Mane, Firmino, Salah. Into your boy. So Kofi, they played. Okay. Or say I insist. No. Hey, check again. Kofi. 2019. And then the Liverpool win it 2-0. No. Salah knew Origi put a share goals. No. It was Mane, Firmino, Salah up front. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson. Nature, Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, Alexander-Arnold, and our goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. Substitute for Liverpool: Mignolet, Lovren, Milner, Gomez, Sturridge, Moreno, Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Shaqiri, Brewster, Origi, and Kelleher, and an goalkeeper. No, goalkeeper Edema Liverpool. Yes, Salah played. On the share first goal, and Origi. It was an early penalty. And Kofi, but and only the latest update. No, me coming. Where as I say, my name is Felix Tete. Today, Man City is winning, but remember we are still Blues. Okay. We say good morning, Max Boss. I like it when Anedu says Bibiabe fine. Jordan is playing good. Good. He has more goal contribution than Doku and De Bruyne. Mutala, please, which app are you using to the stats? Edmond from Tema. Where's to say Mutala? I like the way you mark Josiah boot for boot. Oh, Austin, say it's shown Adenta and no the way by. This is Don Blaze from Tema Newtown. Good morning, Mutala and your crew. Please ask Josiah which team Bruno Fernandes plays for. He should never say if not for Bruno, United would have lost. I think Darwin Nunes will come clean soon, like Jackson. What is Josiah saying about Salah? He has done what a legend would do for a club. He should realize that players will know matter what dry up. I don't know and get that part. Club just couldn't get the best out of the personnel you recruited to replace those that left. He needed not to change his style of play. Josiah sometimes confuses us. We said the Liverpool period Josiah is talking about. How many titles did Liverpool win? He is desperately trying to find a reason why Liverpool has lost the title. Why didn't he say all these flaws when Liverpool were winning and on top of the league? I don't understand the kind of pundit Josiah is when he always targets and attacks Ten Hag and Onana, even when Man United wins. He defends poor Chelsea performance, even when they lost 5-0 to Arsenal. He should stop irritating behavior. Kofi from Kasua. We also say greetings to my mom Vida Amo Akwesina from Kaneshi. Osachia, also greetings Mutala Nanedu and Josiah. Mutala, why is Josiah crying more than the bereaved? We know our level now. Every top team at some point goes through a recycle period. Even if United go to sleep for the next 10 years, they can never achieve what United has achieved. In United, we believe he should leave us alone and chop his house matter. Emmanuel from Achimota. AKA EKA Dansuman. Also, fine morning. I honestly forgot that Rasmus Island is still a striker for Man United until I heard that he scored a goal yesterday. I think they should convert him to a defender and convert Maguire to a striker. Okay. Greetings to you. Mutala, please ask Josiah, is Bruno not a United player? And also, how can a coach play the way he wants to play when all his dependable players are injured? Is Ten Hag Jr. inside transfer here? Or say, Josiah, go and check Udane's transfer fee again. We say, sir, please, Anthony price tag was the mistake of United because the price money was 40 million euros, but United didn't make a smart move when also then that's why the price increased. So let's go Eric Ten Hag, and the coach would deliver, because I watched his preseason when we beat Arsenal 2 goals. If the coach gets his best players, he will deliver. Edmond Albesam from Tema Community 7. We say this is Sam Tuga from East Legon, Adrian. I'm sorry, but sometimes I listen to Josiah and I'm like, does he watch the games before analyzing? I think so. The same Sheffield he is talking about drew 2-2 with Chelsea. Chelsea even played a draw with Burnley at home. Chelsea got hammered 5-0, but still came to defend Chelsea. That they have a future. United won, and you are still saying they were bad. He should grow up with the analysis. He has become predictable with his statements. You see how he is calling Man United fans hypocrite. You were talking about this. I'll scorch. I'm not getting. Me colleague no. Me now message ni here. Or say we United fans know the team have a problem. What was the scoreline when his team met Sheffield? Where was his power when they met Sheffield? How many goals did his team concede against them? Is Bruno a Chelsea player? Tell Josiah teams don't play for possession but points. You also believe on whatever United win. Me colleague no. Set from Dodowa. Or say, but Josiah talk about Chelsea. They are a bunkele team. They can't even score Sheffield United, and we scored them. You are talking about Man United. We say, how are you doing? Tell Josiah that United won the game yesterday. What was the scores between Isabunkele, Chelsea, and Sheffield? They played 2-2 with Sheffield United, and they scored 2 goals against United. And he is there screaming. Gabriel Ado inside Lingo. We do the photo and a buy one fat a yet Bibia and count. Well, she said, good morning. I want to know why coaches are always associated with the price tag of players, because I don't think coaches are the ones who negotiate for the price of players. Okunka from a Teshi. We and so say young Mula from Awoshi, Mary Lucy Hospital Street. Everton beat Pep 4-0 in 2017. Check it out. Yes, I remember Davis when they beat Pep Guardiola 4-0. I think that is one of his biggest defeats at Wenya. Xavi staying at Barcelona. Good news for the club. Looking at the financial limitations and projection is undertaken with La Masia graduate like Lamine Yamal, Fermin Lopez, Pau Kubasi, Ayabaude, Hector Fort, Ronald Araujo, and Gavi the Warrior. Indeed, Barca is more than a club. Filsman from AS Sangleme and a message way by. This one says, it's been a while I listened and texted on the show. My radio charging system got spoiled. Glad to be back. I am Egbon Yaru from Lakeside Laundry Boss. Where says Josiah should spare us this noise. He always rants about when talking about Manchester United. United fans know there's a problem with the team. We are just waiting for the season to end. Josiah, Chelsea couldn't grind the result this week, whereas United did. So Josiah should excuse us and give us a break. Deacon from Teshi Triblel. We also say, I am enjoying the show live inside Adenta. Liverpool should forget about the Premier League title because they can't win it. And as for Barcelona, it is good news that Xavi is staying. Promise Ahaji. When Mutala tell Josiah that it's Abunkele Chelsea play 2-2 with this Sheffield team. He always attack Manchester United. I am a bestos inside Tema Michel Camp. How the mighty has fallen. Mutala, this is what soccer is. Soccer is a crazy game, and I advise all those who want to live the full round of their lives not to put their hearts into it. If you have a heart, I mean a valuable one, invest that heart into a dark complexion slim lady. Beautiful lady of your choice and not into soccer. Was it not this same Everton that Chelsea trashed 6-0 couple of days? Look at the dent they have caused to Liverpool title aspirations. Soccer is like Indian movie title Kabi Kabi. Ni Lawson, Kamara, and anyway, Ebae. Joe, please talk about Chelsea, not United. This is Teta Goza from La. Eddie from Afrenia, greetings to your sports team. My darling club Liverpool have fallen, but we must rise again. Good luck. Abdul Samet from Dakuman. I think the Premier League is now over for Liverpool. Man City are winning it tonight. It's always a joy to see Liverpool being defeated in times like this. Go Man United. Nene Puplampo, Dakuman. I've realized something about the English football. I think it's fake, just like WWE. Before the season starts, they know who will win the title. The Liverpool match yesterday was on purpose. Wait and see. Sorry, another upset will happen, and we will still see 3 teams having equal points. We say, please tell Barca fans from now going, Real Madrid will not let them have peace of mind. Whenever we meet, we go beat them, sir. I'm Isaka Diallo from Ashalaja. Always love to listen to you. Majesty from Pong, or say, thank God for the gift of life. Yesterday, Liverpool killed me, and I'm sad for them as well, especially Klopp. How can a team, Chelsea squad, stop you from winning the title? Today, Man City is handing over the Premier League trophy to Arsenal, just like Liverpool did. My name is Friday from Acheman Crosso. Well, as I say, Nanedu and his team, good morning. Liverpool should forget about the EPL title. My team, Man City, is winning tonight. Vibes, code from Danfa Police Station. Good morning. I am Gabriel from Great Accra. I'm listening to you inside Ahim. Harry Maguire, I remember when I supported him during the West season. I received sticks. When I see potential, I know my name. Also, when I see potential, I see. My name is Ishmael from Sakumono. God help us win our games this weekend, Kotoko and Chelsea. I'm listening and watching you live from New Fadama Presby Church, Daniel Oseusu. We say, my name is Anyevo Daniel Tete. I'm listening live from La Paz, opposite Kum Hotel. I appreciate my team, Manchester United, for winning yesterday. Manchester United forever. Mutala, the difference between Klopp and Guardiola is Pep makes players great and win trophies, while Klopp make players great but win very few trophies. Pastor Ernest from Awoshi. Messages, no? Okay, read my message. Please, if Klopp is going, then Ghana should go for him. From your man, Danny Rocks in Sumia and all the way ebae. We say okay. Kofi were correcting or say sorry, Salah and Firmino didn't play against Barcelona rather. I am sorry. Kofi sanity. And then correction. No. I like Xavi a lot, but my problem with him is that he prefers Spanish players more than players from other countries. Look at how he's doing to Victor Roque, Evans Goku Nanano from Mepe Vota region. We say, good morning, Mutala. This your pundit. They really don't know what they are saying. Today, they will say this, and tomorrow, please, let's be honest. Eric Ten Hag, because Sheffield played 2-2 against Chelsea, they played 3-1 against Liverpool, and even 2-1 against Man City. So what is the news for United to beat them 4-2? Please stop that hypocrisy. Ofosu, Uber driver, and I will not edit way buy. We say I am Nana Amwako from Ashamai, Newtown at Gito Aluminium Enterprise. Yes, we understand that Nicholas Jackson is spoiling a lot of chances, and this is his first season. While Darwin Nunez is playing his second season, but still spoiling a lot of chances than Jackson. Amount of money paid for Jackson is almost 3 times Darwin Nunez amount. Hey, one I got you. And you was Jackson not bought for less than 40 million, say 40 million. Darwin Nunez was around 70-something million pounds. So, hey, was it 3 times the amount? Mami, Obi Kwan check him, Josiah check him, me Krada, me friend Tuja. Hey, there be Kebida. Darwin Nunez, the boy to the chain. Yeah, Jackson Kra. Onana has now outscored Messi's 74 goals a season with a month to go. Mr. Anonymous. We say I am happy Man United won yesterday. I'm sure we hired Bruno. That is why he's talking like that. I am Rosie 17 from Dodowa. Thank you, Rosie. Okay. We say I think Josiah is making a point. Man United is down. Man United is a down 4 team. I am Mutala from Ashama. Greetings to all Madrid fans. Vamos. We see, you see how he's calling United fans hypocrites. He was talking about his outscored Chelsea by his outscored Chelsea by Arsenal played better because of possession. Can't say same for Liverpool yesterday. Koto die nebo je ni from Kole Gono. We say I don't think Josiah is helping Chelsea at all, but rather helping Man United per the way he's doing his analysis. I like that way, and not from Mimpasem. Mo Salah has nothing to prove again. We've seen what he's done, where he has reached and his limit. He can't win the Ballon d'Or, neither can he win the World Cup. Even to add another Champions League title cannot happen again. Bema Beyebi, Wame pound sterling, listening live from Tema International School. We say Josiah, please ask Josiah why he's always on United's neck. Sheffield scored twice against Abonkele Chelsea, but for United to concede the same number, heaven has fallen. United is not good enough. It is clear that they are far better than your over £1 billion jog team. And same Chelsea will be, and I said the same Chelsea will remain 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th this season. And Tekre from Hachu. Gia Mutala, I am plus. I am +1 today. Kindly wish me a happy birthday on Max FM. Michael Agbeku, Agbe for short. Agbe, happy birthday to you. Nyami Shao. Now on your say. This one says, why is it that FSG don't want quality world-class managers but rather go for average managers? Liverpool will be like United and Chelsea next season if they sign Amorim, Slot, and De Zerbi. Your boy King Solomon Jedidiah inside Somanya. Theo from Tema Community 1 side 14. Mutala, I was delighted last night because United won. What is this Chelsea man saying about Anthony? Enzo and Caicedo are worth 100 million. He should give us a break. Chris from Mayarifa, Mutala, I'm a Barca fan. And as for Joe, there's no difference between Chelsea and Man United. We shouldn't lie to ourselves. Still, Man City will win the league again. Now you can see Pep and Klopp, who the best coach is. Jordan from Tema, Newtown. Hope you are all in great condition. My team Liverpool have tried our best to give our great coach Klopp a memorable send-off, but I'm sorry, it didn't work for us. Unfortunately, we've lost the Premier League title. He has considered defeats. It was like also, good morning Mutala. The only thing drawing FSG to Andy Slot is that they want to continue their stingy lifestyle. These guys are just stingy. However, with their favorite sporting director around, we won't build for 13 seasons without a clearly defined roadmap. Ren from Ashamine. Okay, last one in count. Chelsea has scored Pep 6 before in an FA Cup match. Chelsea share Pep Guardiola 6. Game man or no? So Unima first send me. Chelsea share Pep Guardiola 6. FA Cup Pep Guardiola. O de Unima for match and they send me. Na me aso me research wa. Ofosu Uber driver doesn't know football well. The 5 goals Chelsea collected from Everton. Arsenal give Everton the revenge, and Everton was grateful to the extent to remove Liverpool from the title race for them. This is freedom. The Harry Potter from Sprinters. I am going to try one by bar. If it's Ghana Premier League is on the agenda, and Dreams FC against Zamalek as well.
Saturday and every Saturday on Max 89.7 FM. Connect with your school. Which school has produced the brightest mind? What is your school renowned for? Find out as high schools and colleges go head to head, vying for bragging rights and glory. Don't miss this chance to witness history in the making. Join us for an unforgettable morning of spirited debate and fierce competition.
Has produced all the best dignitaries in this country. We talk about Pakwesi Indum, Totobi Kwachi, and all the Ahoy brothers went to St. Augustine's College.
Master, stop your bin.
Central region.
If we say for Obako School, they say for Kumasi High School.
Have
you heard of Agri Memorial?
Oh,
that's the best school. Very, very best school.
The Kumasi Diaka schools are 2 schools, and your preference Opugua.
Kofo went to which school?
He went to Prempe. Prempe is a college.
And tell them we are Prempe College, you're president, you know. One can say for schools, to colleges, now can say for Monto High School. High school, they college, you pay.
College, invest you. College, you go America, college, invest you.
And the end, I could say young schooling in high school.
College, you know, who's a move.
High school right now. The Minister of Education is from high school.
Hey,
high school is born building a stadium.
I must produce all the athletes in this country. Antimatters have produced over 3 presidents. Kofi Annan went to Infantry.
What came out of Adi school?
Tell me. Now more from Adi school. Canada just one from Adi school. The best comes from the central region.
The school said no one central region. More moving in science and math schools, no. And then my produce. And then project partners equipment ben my produce Ukroma. What you are job in the national math and science schools you are winning at the end there. Quantac Roman produce be. Muya the Bacano.
School Connect. Link up with your former mates and be part of your school once again. Schools Connect. Be part of the competition.
Embrace the all-new IMAX 32 Android television with advanced modern tech, which gives you an improved viewing experience and unlimited pleasure. The slim, slick television comes with full HD screen with high resolution and wide color gamut. The top-notch picture quality makes your movies and games 5 times clearer. With the latest Android 11 version, enjoy all your favorite Android apps like Netflix, YouTube, Showmax on a click. Watch all your favorite programs non-stop with a sharp focus, balanced contrast, and radiant balance. Take a step into a new world of scenery and fantasy with the new IMAX 32 Android television. Available at all Max Buy shops nationwide on online at 1,799 Ghana cedis only. Visit us on www.maxbuy.com.gh or download the Max Buy app on Google Play Store. You can also call on 0596 913 298 or 0544 019 552. IMAX Smart Life. IMAX quality modern standing fans are vital on hot days. They cool you with good airflow, and to aid sound and longer sleep, they are secured with anti-rust mesh grille and enhanced super speed motor for durability. The powerful 3-speed control allows you to adjust the airflow with an optional brighter bulb which illuminates the room. They come in 3 types and energy saving, affordable too. Available in all Max Buy outlets and leading shops in town. Call Max Buy now on 0302 750 308 or buy online www.maxbuy.com.gh or follow us on Facebook IMAX Electronics. For bulk purchase, contact 0245 240 983. Choose super reliable IMAX fans. Choose smart life. IMAX Smart Life.
Matthew 4 verse 19. Tune into Max FM and listen to Evangelism Focus, a program brought to you by kind courtesy of the Global Evangelism Restoration and Focus movement. Do you belong to it?
It's Ayato. Maybe you had quality. Ayas has the name. They have the pedigree. So it's easy to ride on that. Replicate it here. I'm sure, even if you can't get the result, let us see something positive about the way you play. I'm not always moved by results. Yesterday I sat here and I mentioned, say, if Chelsea could go to the Emirates, a stadium where very few teams can go and outplay Arsenal, and people felt I was being biased and sentimental. No. They got beaten 5-0. We understand. But at least they are trying to do something. That's the progress they've made as a team. Coach, when no see so England, no see all about Obian share the 5 da. Pep Guardiola can Liverpool change share the 5.
Look at that team, man.
He was with City when they scored in 5. Have you forgotten?
Sir.
Really?
Hey, Liverpool share the 5 da.
Go and check. Go back and check.
5 what?
Go and check. That was a game where Ederson Mochi check the ball near ball for which the ball sim. Go and check.
Liverpool share City 5. Wow.
It's not just about the result. I'm not moved by results.
But the result is the most important.
Listen, but then at some point we look at performance. Each year the Manchester United are grinding results, but their future looks bleak. On the future,
But you always need the result. Because Mutala,
you need the result too. But what, you see, yesterday I was trying to explain to someone. Say, Chelsea has been built on a particular foundation. Say, we need quick fix. We need results to win trophies. So they've never thought about the long term. For the first time they are thinking about the long term, the fans have been impatient.
Because they are used to.
Because that wouldn't always be the status quo.
But they are used to.
It's not about being used to.
It will take time.
Yes, it's a maker to say, and yet they be the coach, but not giddy no, then on an average, coach be able lasting 8 months, 10 months. No. Sometimes football goes beyond that.
The fans are happy with that. Once there is trophy,
but that is not sustainable all the time. That's what I'm trying. That's why we will talk about Chelsea. And Chelsea have never been a dominant force in the Premier League.
Why have they never been a dominant force?
How many times have they won the trophy twice in a row? Premier League is also Chelsea. How many times have they won 2 at once?
Then asem na o kan Man City mom na share Liverpool 5. The 2017 season was
they've lost 4 or if it was 4.
Man City that beat Liverpool 5.
They beat them 5. Liverpool have also replicated, if not 4, then 5. How much on 5 in the Premier League?
4-3.
Check. So much on 4.
It was 4-3.
But they scored them 4. So if I said 5, but it's 4. Because I remember in that game, Ederson caused a blunder or something and they scored.
The game ended 4-3.
No much on 4 that. 4.
It was 3-3 now. Almost share last goal. No?
So maybe thanks for that clarification.
Yeah. Because Pep Guardiola team. Hey, who share the 5?
Now Pep share the 5 and that there.
Pep team.
405 now in them.
Hey,
405 now in them.
Pep team can share the 5. 5-4.
Now in them. 5-4.
But Pep say share the 5 on Kasa. Hey,
you see, I have a problem with Ten Hag. If I talk about United's goalkeeping problems, I have another issue again. And I've always said, if United would
need Mutala Yakubu, what's Josiah Okoko and Kawati and Edusonka. Sabayako Kumasani, your correspondent, your commentator, and a Puma, your entertain Como, concerning Kumasia Santa Kotoko. One of your money, a year Takwa, no money mediama, idea copim so I am a. What are the preparations so far? Tia kwa man so Andy and pay yet as I said what you penny send you the dano any year to trip kobo. None other open so meeting now one ekotoko no. Jamen the moment you could him against a year Samatex no.
Yeah, Mutala mother was in now mature chief and none of them Mark and I pay. And no Mutala a ma or 2 for each year team no. Ono mudin komono amo e magazine nya do mama otu for ni from enti e motivate players no and ma that question which am say go problem e kunimde na ma ise no team no amo mola no abaso and I no so ma ye supported leadership of Asante Kotoko amo magazine say the rest of the year amo away games no amo ebe 15 buses. Normally, a buses supporters no share the very much me. A good team next year. Every day I'm going to know me team up for Tubuku no. I'm going to get my own identity. Said our car and Yamia Meda memory that money Takwa a based team Mediama Football Club and as a Mediama Sporting Club. The BCN supporters leadership. But I think I said almost 15 buses. Now I'm the supporters instead of the Obey team next because a year there, Omega team next game. One more question too for the same.
Game, the attack will have to be at their best. And yesterday was clear again. Say, if not for the attack led by Bruno Fernandes, United would have lost the game.
But Anthony no also the more pound.
When coach no false hope name your Akache players no for you see the players they bought were average players. Hey, some of the players at Ten Hag, they are Manchester United are average players.
Because the few minutes Ahmad played, Ahmad had an impact more than.
And America, you see, for you to, I don't know what Ten Hag saw in the players he worked with at Ajax, but one of the things or also the mistakes he's made was bringing in players who were not good enough to play for Manchester United.
But I don't think Lisandro Martinez was average.
Top player.
players or the Abanyina.
Top player. He's the best. He's the best. He's brought.
Yeah.
That's the best player so far with Midiaba. The rest of the players are bang average.
Yeah.
Anthony, for 80 million.
He's not good enough.
He's not good. I've told you there are certain players who will never develop. Anthony is one of them.
He's not good enough.
No,
you should understand he's not good enough.
Oba ye no kitabo no one wine no sa or one wine no sa as a guinea fowl.
He's only Brazilian team because Brazil team like I say good.
But in America because he's also playing for Manchester United.
He's not
And Rafinha is 100 times better than Anthony.
Not good enough.
Rafinha is 100 times. I've said this thing.
Now Brazil team Richarlison is striker more mono.
He's so good.
Aston Villa when
they United even went to Ajax to pay that 18. I was looking at a guy and said, "Guy, what Papa? What was he playing? Then you buy him together with Onana for a combined over 120 million pounds. What has been their impact in the team? They can't. United fans force me and when we speak, they say we shouldn't say it. Look, has Shamaki signings or you? Shamaki signings or here? Holland, almost 70 million or 75 million. Big money. Anthony, 80. How do you even buy Anthony for 80 million? Hey! How do you? Ten Hag is the first problem. Eric Ten Hag on the first problem no.
Yeah, players are there about General Martinez are better than Casemiro.
He's proven Casemiro has been good,
but Lisandro Martinez
has proven to be like the best signing he's brought in so far.
Because when he's at the back, he brings them a lot of stability. Because some of the goals are considered this time. Tama Martinez won in their first season. You could see he prepared. That sense of awareness.
The IQ for defending the
I knew do one. But Casemiro and Martinez have been brilliant. They've been solid. Anthony is not good. It's not good. Send him a catch or say Chukwemeka. I don't think Noni Madueke. I don't think he's good enough to play for Chelsea. Anthony, he's not good enough.
Madueke, after we are started.
But our United fans are hypocrites. Yesterday I was trying to see who would speak about Andrew Onana.
I'm sure they are not talking because they won.
United fans are hypocrites. I'm saying this on record. They are hypocrites. Bono and Onana the chair and the chair yanka the year and Yasuna Givechi. A victim of his own standards. And United fans, we have always said it that anytime United will have to win a game, the attack will have to be at their maximum best. Now Onana has caused his made errors that had led to goals same number of times as David here last season. When we said Dia was having his worst season and Onana was having his best season. But then I wouldn't blame anyone. I'll blame Eric Ten Hag because he didn't even know what he was doing. Also, then you convince United to go and carry 80 million pounds and go and bring this boy. Look at the state of the club now. A shameful performance. A very bad performance. Stinking performance. And it was because it was Sheffield. If it had been any other team, Crystal Palace can United didn't mean it. Crystal Palace in Banka United don't mean it. That's how poor they are. Now you see the Bruno narrative is changing. All of a sudden now people feel that Bruno is the real leader. You see, if Bruno was not playing too bad, if Bruno was not playing for United, they'll always know Bruno Fernandes.
They considered 2 goals yesterday. One self-destructive from Onana, the other defense as it has caused them all season, opening up and conceding again. Let me say what happened to them against Coventry will happen again, but Bruno rallied them on.
Five goals. Look at the number of goals they are conceding.
Bruno rallied them on. Bruno Yadia and he told them to calm their nerves and play the.
He showed so much quality. Yeah. This is the guy and Kofor say he's emotional. I don't know. If you see the kind of crowd now, you are showing emotions. People feel so you are being petty.
Gary Neville, your friend is saying Roy K. Mo, sorry, I don't know Bashi Bruno. I don't know.
Roy K. joined this time. What was he doing?
Or Bruno is too aggressive.
I don't know. Too aggressive. Way kicking. No, guy, you know.
Otia Obi, Otibitia.
You see the Salah, who was a magician. At this point, caution against Everton. Watch him against Everton. After ball, I wouldn't blame the players. I just feel Klopp wasn't able to adapt as the game kept on changing. Klopp just couldn't adapt tactically. With me and Fashi Yankahu, he was only changing personnel. Players in analysis, and now the question is that maybe Mohamed Salah would have to leave. Now the question is that Mohamed Salah might have to leave after Klopp has left. Darwin Núñez has disappointed everyone. Darwin Núñez was disappointing you, because when he was coming into the league, we thought it was going to be Darwin Núñez and Erling Haaland. We thought that it was going to be not just Liverpool and City, but it would be Haaland against Darwin Núñez. And the chances no man 20 or 5. Chances no man 100 are. No, I should be 40. That's how poor he's been. But then I feel that Liverpool not being able to stay in contention and compete for all the trophies boils down to Klopp and his adjustment. Klopp hasn't really changed anything. Mutala. Klopp and Sissanshi, we show Liverpool team now. Klopp and Shedan Sissanshi, the way they play, it has been that same old system.
But why should he change when
you need to change? Because the game
that has been the winning formula.
The game is changing. The game keeps on changing. We would always say Ferguson had some of the best wingers in the game, but when the game kept on changing, he also had to change. Didn't he move from David Beckham to Cristiano Ronaldo? He had money, but three players when they were different. That's why the fact said they were wingers. They all had a special and as a unique skill set. Look at his number 10. He moved from Cantona to Postcoast. Later he moved to Wayne Rooney as a number 10. At some point he was even changing Kagawa. So you manage to see the great coaches, Mutala, with their ability to adapt when the games keep on changing. Saying game no Sisan, game no Sisan. That's how they change. I just feel Klopp hasn't really done a lot in terms of trying to adapt to the dynamics of the game.
I don't understand why you want to change.
You have to change.
This has been the formula.
Remember if he said SARS system now he built out the winning league or the Champions League. No, it contained some specific players. We all knew Mane was a hard-working guy. He would press and press and press. You also Roberto Firmino. He was the best or most important piece in that setup. Now tell me Salah is the same player he used to be when he was playing with Firmino and Sadio Mane. Tell me say he's the same player. Mutala. Is Salah that same player?
It will never be the same.
It won't be the same because something has changed within Liverpool. When the likes of Gigi Wijnaldum will just get the ball, they work so hard in midfield and release the attackers. Now that is not Liverpool anymore. But the coach failed to bring something that would sustain the club. The ginger person was working. The heavy metal football was working. But then when you take a detailed look at what they were doing, they hadn't changed anything. Because they felt that would just be how they set up. You think the football that City played in the 2016-2017 or 2017-2018 season is the same thing they are playing now? Don't kid yourself. At some point, the guy had to move to a 3-back system. And that's where we also have to see. So maybe is Arteta right enough to also change his game when the game keeps changing? I think for this one, Liverpool exiting all the tournament. I'll blame Klopp.
Why would you blame him?
And I've said why I'll blame him. He's not changing anything. Now look at Salah. What is the Salah trying to say? Why am I? Shebo Salah. Mo Salah looks, he doesn't look like the Mo Salah that Egyptian king. He doesn't look like that lively Mo Salah we used to see.
But he can't continue to play since 2017.
But if you want to be a great, for 20 seasons continuous, nobody know where they
Salah. Then
things have changed within the club. Don't look at Salah.
Salah doesn't have anything to prove in football.
It's not about what you have to prove. The greats were proving for 15-20 seasons.
Salah has done it from 2017.
2017 to for how long? When we were telling Haaland, now catching Haaland said for him to stay on top, he need to prove himself for 15 to 20 seasons. You think that longevity is not one of the things that makes someone great?
Because almost share the Ronaldo money.
So who is Salah looking at?
Salah is not looking at on Ronaldo level.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's missing.
But he's one of the greats.
Which great?
In the Premier League.
I top 10 and now top 15.
Yeah, but one of the great players in the Premier League.
Top 10 and now if you are mentioning top 10 and now, it's a simple question.
I'm mentioning greatest players to play the Premier African players to play the Premier League. Salah in the room. If you are mentioning top scorers in African players,
I'm asking a very simple question. The question I'm asking is very simple. He has nothing to prove again.
Of course.
For how long has he been at the top? Salah has nothing to prove.
Since 2017.
How many times has he climbed the Ballon d'Or podium?
No.
Why you guys not taking ourselves? This is Mutala. The level we thought Salah would get.
Would you say Ibrahimovic is a great player?
Now standard is a great player.
How many times did he climb the Ballon d'Or?
He's proven in different.
How many times did he climb the Ballon d'Or?
He's a striker. One, his goal scoring exploit. Two, the teams he even played for. Teams of Bema. Three, longevity. Boyama. Even when he got to his late 30s, 40, he was still player at the highest level.
So Salah moved from teams our boy. So Salah also played for Chelsea.
Basel to Chelsea.
Roma. Fiorentina first. Fiorentina. Roma. I think Fiorentina. Roma and Fiorentina. First. Fiorentina, Roma, Liverpool. At the time Salah came to Liverpool, and the highest level no. Now he found an opposite.
But after Liverpool, there are teams.
After Liverpool, where?
When he joined Liverpool had not won the league in 30 years.
Yes, he helped.
Yes, so any player who's playing for Liverpool really feels that I can elevate to another level.
At the time, Nana Salah, Liverpool, no. Now, won the best football in his career. Liverpool were flying. All up. It's not consistency. No, why Salah has not been consistent?
For how long?
Since 2017 he has been consistent.
For how long? Since 2017. For how long? To when? Salah has been a pale shadow of himself for the last 2 years. You've just not said it.
And
you've just not said it.
When you say he's still among the top goal scorers.
Mutala, standards. You see,
so he has set the standard for him himself.
Because he was also competing, he was rubbing shoulders with other players.
But Salah doesn't have anything.
Don't tell me because Harry Kane scored 30 7 years ago. Now he shouldn't score 30.
No, that's the point. Mohamed Salah doesn't have anything to prove again.
What?
Say he's a
you need to be there. You need to be consistent.
Why?
You don't have to be consistent for 4 seasons or 5 seasons and tell me say you are among the greats.
Somebody will be winning PFA play and the only day when you are mentioning top,
it's a
and yes, no,
you're trying to tell me say you
now training age. Training age.
Now age when a man go for DJ Ballon d'Or.
Training age.
What age?
And I'm catch you say, if you want to compare Salah to Ronaldo, Messi,
so who are we comparing him to?
See, they won't get there.
Who are we comparing him to?
He's a cat below them.
So who are we comparing?
And what league will he? What year will he? He's among the Robbie league, you know. He's there.
Which are Robbie's league?
Because Ronaldo and Messi are standing tall. One no, they are cut above everybody.
You need to understand. Say a change in that Liverpool setup has affected Salah.
Oh, of course.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to make you understand.
No,
say a change in the Liverpool setup has affected me. The telepathy between Darwin Núñez and Salah is not the same as the telepathy between Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah.
They played together for years.
It's not even about years. The synergy was there, of course, and synergy. Sometimes only people for years. Only people for years. Mutala, but you wouldn't have that understanding. But you could also play with someone for just a year. The understanding is
you also understand they are completely Bobby Firmino.
That is why. So that's why I'm saying a change within the team, the Liverpool team has affected Mo Salah.
Of course, because he built his game around.
So that's what I'm trying to explain. But don't tell me say he's done. You think Salah wishes he wouldn't win the top scorer award again? Oh. You think Salah wouldn't want to climb the Ballon d'Or podium again?
No. I can't say he will not wish. The paper wouldn't say. You are saying say Salah should be doing more. And I'm catching say what again should he be doing?
Say what? Then why is he playing? Then he should retire. If there's no desire to play and win more, then you need to retire.
The desire is not there, but you are making it look like he's not really done anything.
Then Cassie is not done anything.
When you are mentioning to stay, he needs to stay at the top. When you are mentioning Premier League greats, he
needs to stay at the top.
He's at the top. He has been there. He has been there.
Currently he's at the top.
He's at the top.
Oh, there we.
When you are mentioning great players,
if you don't take a Salah will not even make the PFA team of the year. It's Ayatu. Maybe you have quality. Ayas has the name. They have the pedigree. So it's easy to ride on that. Replicate it here. I'm sure, even if you can't get the results, let us see something positive about the way you play. I'm not always moved by results. Yesterday I sat here and I mentioned, say, if Chelsea could go to the Emirates, a stadium where very few teams can go and outplay Arsenal, and people felt I was being biased and sentimental. No. They got beaten 5-0. We understand. But at least they are trying to do something. That's the progress they've made as a team. Coach, when I see England, I see all about Obian share the 5 there. Pep Guardiola can Liverpool change share the 5.
Look at that team, man.
He was with City when they scored in 5. Have you forgotten?
Sir.
Really?
Hey, Liverpool share the 5 there.
Go and check. Go back and check.
5 what?
Go and check. That was the game where Ederson Mochi check the ball near ball for which the ball. Go and check.
Liverpool share City 5. Wow.
It's not just about the results. I'm not moved by results.
But the result is the most important.
Listen, but then at some point we look at performance. It's the Manchester United are grinding results, but their future looks bleak. On future,
but you always need the result. Cause you need
the result too. But what, you see, yesterday I was trying to explain to someone. Say Chelsea has been built on a particular foundation. Say we need quick fix, we need results to win trophies. So they've never thought about the long term. For the first time they are thinking about the long term, the fans have been impatient.
Because they are used to.
Because that wouldn't always be the status quo.
But they are used to.
It's not about being used to.
It will take time.
Yes, it's a maker to say, and yet they be the coach you have not no. Then on an average, coach be able lasting 8 months, 10 months. No. Sometimes football goes beyond that.
The fans are happy with that. Once there is trophy,
but that is not sustainable all the time. That's what I'm trying to, that's why we will talk about Chelsea. And Chelsea have never been a dominant force in the Premier League.
Why have they never been a dominant force?
How many times have they won the trophy twice in a row? Premier League is also Chelsea. How many times have they won 2 at once?
Then asem now can Man City mom they share Liverpool 5. The 2017 season was
they've lost 4 or it was 4.
Man City that beat Liverpool.
They've beat them 5. Liverpool have also replicated, if not 4, then 5. How much on 5 in the Premier League?
4-3.
Check. So much on 4.
It was 4-3.
But they scored them 4. So if I said 5, but it's 4. Because I remember in that game, Ederson caused a blunder or something and they scored.
The game ended 4-3.
No much on 4 that.
Yeah.
4.
It was 3-3 now. Almost share last goal. No?
So maybe thanks for that clarification.
Yeah. Because Pep Guardiola team. Hey, who share the 5?
Now Pep share the 5 and not there.
Pep team.
405 now in them.
Hey.
405 now in them.
Pep team can share the 5. I bet 5-4.
Now in them.
5-4. But Pep say share the 5 on Gaza. Hey.
You see, I have a problem with Ten Hag. if I talk about United's goalkeeping problems, I have another issue again. And I've always said, if United will win a game, the attack will have to be at their best. And yesterday was clear again. Say, if not for the attack led by Bruno Fernandes, United would have lost the game.
But Anthony, no, who knows more about
when coach no false hope name your Akache players no for you see the players they bought were average players. Hey, some of the players at Ten Hag, they are Manchester United, are average players.
Because the few minutes Ahmad played, Ahmad had an impact more than.
And you see, for you to, I don't know what Ten Hag saw in the players he worked with at Ajax, but one of the things also the mistakes he's made was bringing in players who are not good enough to play for Manchester United.
But I don't think Lisandro Martinez was average.
Top player.
Players or the Abanina.
Top player. He's the best. He's the best. He's brought.
Yeah.
That's the best player so far with Midiaba. The rest of the players are bang average.
Yeah.
Anthony, for 80 million.
He's not good enough.
He's not good. I've told you there are certain players who will never develop. Anthony is one of them.
Anthony is not good enough.
No,
you should understand he's not good enough.
Oba ye no kitabo no one wine ho sa or one wine ho sa as a gidi foul.
He's only Brazilian team because Brazil team like say good.
But in America because he's also playing for Manchester United.
Onimbo he's not.
And Rafinha is 100 times better than Anthony.
Not good enough.
Rafinha is 100 times. I've said this thing.
Now Brazil team are Richarlison is striker more mono.
He's so good.
Aston Villa
when they United
league na ya born mo fan serious. Mo dem concentration ya koma Confederation Cup no.
Oh, most mean that the fan is serious. Competition we are taking all the competition very serious. Just that league one with the other than it was a bit perspective of Osha. They lose to about 5 or 6 players tournaments, now African game tournaments. So we were playing with a different squad in Sukaka. So you can imagine the first 11 way 6 players the team. Definitely you not get the same result and you not get the same quality. So your 2 after or 3 after matches. Yami are really to me training here who your respective position in the league. So you are keeping focused on all other competition.
Safi Adasi, I wish you all the best ahead of Sunday.
Thank you very much.
It's we Safo David or no venue media media officer Edema Dreams FC and I'll tell you boy in Chirimu concerning what is actually happening in their camp. Say yes, they've confirmed Omedu Kumasen ran NSA sending one message say a kabida honti or moshena or Marco Clay Sakano na say Sunday dear be gate no atom VIP ni VVIP pe and I now this kaka crash on Wakutia but the center line popular stand the Dreams say be atom na Ghana for the one at me Puaba show me to Kopiemo Kumasen and important word yeah. Do well to be at the Baba Sports Stadium on Sunday to cheer on Dreams FC. We want to make history in Ghana by seeing Dreams FC qualify for the finals of the CAF Confederation Cup. The last time a Ghanaian club did so was in 2004 where Hearts and Kotoko got to the finals and it was Hearts that won. It's yes, I'm sure see a final BM. It's Miss Ankwa Omane, so one more time. Now, my senior colleague and Quatric Komo, Omo Stati, Jumawe, yes, you be Kakaka, or Gia Genia de Ade. Check Tofik, Sienu, meaning Sawa dog game, but good morning to you.
Good morning, Mutala.
Bibi Aboko.
Okay.
Oh no, what dog me shake, what dog me. When you announce say you are now part of the communications department of the Ghana Football Association. I know, and I'll dog me. I feel them in tongue kakurabim first nanka woma oh inu aketwa on what is saying and mabiem oh the mentor will bedroom a higher crown check. No pedi about one ma asemi chiri adwen so kakra na me ankasa nra metena ka mu ana me ko La Paz questions are mate ne driver ne bisa me o car ni no I couldn't answer and I'm saying no I was saying me bisa Sheikh Tofik one our communications department of the Ghana Football Association eti chiremu ye fama me. Now we have seen that the Ghana Football Association has created or added some national teams to the already existing one. Say you were under 15 you were under 17 you were under 18 ɛwɔ hɔ, yɛwɔ under 20, yɛwɔ 21, yɛwɔ 23. Asana the senior national team no. Eti under 15 years na ɛwɔ hɔ some time ago, but now yɛn hyɛ dante omonka. When you now more creative, say we have about 7 national teams for the male alone. What is the motive behind this, Sheikh?
Okay, Mutala, better off the Matthew. Me did it also mean 10 years.
Metonka.
Seriously. If you look at the one, national teams are recent. Different from the already existing national teams. But they are all meant to achieve, a collective good and a good thing. The thing the maximum is used for any almost the newly created national team will be a developmental national team. I can't developmental national team. A national team that is prepared players, it is 6 players. And we need for the competitive national team. The national team, I mean, one national team look at growth. Your competitive national team. National teams are a more competition and FIFA any time are organized. And your national teams are a more competition and FIFA are organized. Or more any developmental national team. And a more competitive national team. And the very only country, already now your war. Under 17, under 21, under 23. Black Galaxies are the local blaster, and at the senior national team, the blaster, and at the under 50, the four men, and you want under 17, under 20, and the blaster, and I under 50 damn cells every count. If the man who war national team, and a member was 7 national team, and the same look at saying, that's not treaty. Under 16 for both boys and girls. Under 18 boys and girls. Under 19 boys and girls. Under 21 are girls because already no movie. And under 23 just girls almost no movie. If you say national teams are member will be a man too. Now I can I take things said. And then you know I am a players. I catch the cat. Mutala, when you ever say, countries are a footballer, a movie in England, France, Holland, India, or more up to under 10, under 13, under 8 national teams now. And they do all these things because they need to catch them young, prepare them for the future. It is a while to see our local player. That's not in the safety. That safety will show that it is me and the consistency of player development. The consistency of player development that the main time say, Akoladu under 15 now. The best young monitor me. Akoladu the future, advice. The ball one was wrong. Under 16 year monitor, under 17 year monitor. Under 18 years, I can be sure under 20, not one mature part. If I put it for the blaster, problem. That is one key reason. The other reason also is that a lot of youth and young boys in the country develop the interest of playing. You are under 17, just imagine your community tournament nearby. Your players not according to. There's no monitoring. I'm not going to. There's no competition for them to be any normal. I just want to do under 20. So they will spend about 3 or 4 years before getting to new training. Now, by that time, what happens to the player within that period? Nothing happens to the player within that period because there's no proper monitoring mechanism. But then, you see how you work under 18, under 19, any under 16 teams. As soon as players graduate from under 15 and they move to 16, coaches are there to monitor them, add a few ones, and monitor the ones who are already in the team, teach them to under 17. Under 17 coach before. One more competition we are under 18 quadrum, and we have consistency in player development. I think it's not to be a team culture. A team we are the way our we are studying organizational media. Organization we are the media. It's the team culture now. The way our team know any team we are in the sometimes the Ghana the Black Stars, the Bowman players, and the a part of the team culture. Now, if we under 16, under 17, under 18, and final will be under 20, and they begin to appreciate the reasons why they are playing for the national team. Yes, I have patriotism, patriotism is a process, not a product. And we see the Apala and Bob Black Stars and next. Wambra was starting to overcruise to my man of the manager and Buano, and a wabo of someone who had a good Black Stars. It is the odd even bonus if you are of our a responsibility. Lemon Fanese under 15 or mine at this of our senior doctor national and the developer, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Small Black Stars. By then, I was 10 years in the national team. If the one Kataka appreciates a man will be Yamami. The football among Black Stars, I'm not even thinking about bonus. Whatever will be given to me, I will have. So these are some of the things that the team wants to put into the kit and develop the team course around them and ensure consistency in player development. So that they are in the future, in 10 years to come, so say a Black Stars will get it that the same way.
Okay, you want to build a certain culture, but does this rub into the DNA?
Absolutely. DNA, the skeletal framework, the skeleton of how we want our football to be. Now, how we want our football to be the product of the DNA is the result that we see at the first level. It is really the design and the development. It's under 15. Yes, when I appear the cover more. Number 8, under 4, my own population. To understand how to do the or the mistake. So I understand how we do it. The meaning that is defining who way and on what time. So here the video and every additional side I call you very economic. Now on the map field I'm a phenomenal bomb. How you implement it and at the end of the kind of stuff. Something that we call football. That's what we want to develop. We want to ensure that
what's Pacho, baby, okay, the last few lines, line to Tracy and the papa. Yakaka.
Football,
pa na huma no munye nti ebesa try say ebesa nya ne bi ma na ya friend no na afide oboy enchiremoni he was making some very very interesting point but the okan any na say or say a culture and our mo person wo build it from the youth level send e be ya nkwada na be do a senior level na just a culture no afom na entity a omo hia to be a Ghanaian player no na omo huntete no say mpepri kwa itimi complain wo kruma say a players dey be international anthem ni ade ni na is part of the culture ya dey bia we inculcate in people at a very young age nti yesa kwa omani su bi ne shake entwetweko shake
yeah Mutala
yes na first omani mo nya ti say dey party iboye nkomo
the muka kana me and say, you can't do it now. Here, you know, and only the structure or the framework of Ghana football. It is here, you know, I have a curriculum and I said, the home coach, and you should define the football. But the definition of the football will be done with faith. It is clear that the primary representative of the first year. The first year is now almost first early stages of development. This is very obvious. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. This is very also move. We are about 8 as a make a ball career and it's in the best thing. Number 10, they make a train the best thing. It is really that define the animal winning now. But then it is the coaches who will give the players that's the necessary system for us to realize the benefits of the DNA. It is near Maudi Kabobosina, ever national team. The DNA is saying that before we will be able to get a very good structure of our game, we need to get an under 15. We need to get under 16. We need to get 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, up to 23 before we go to the senior side. It is made in Amaya framework. And so we now need to get coaches, appoint them, for them to go around 6 players within the 8 category and start preparing them based on the statistics of the DNA. So that at the end of the day, 10 years to come, in 8 years to come, in 15 years to come, we can boldly say, this is Ghana football. How we want Ghana football to be. How we want our national team to be. And they are doing exactly that.
Check me who some of your appointments how are these coaches going to be remunerated? Because apart from the national team, the senior national team coach, Black Stars coach, most of these youth coaches, they are not paid, they are not given any form of remuneration. Would be busy to Aquemana?
Maybe I want to needing time. I was doing 90 money. The Ghana Football Association presents a proposal at the Mahabai. Proposal no as you know, a track, a fire, a left all these coaches now you're back handed off. You see, a train a buying out. If you say a very few quick for me to sit out as to what you want the government with regards to the payment of the coach. However, you want to say before the SNB announced this national there was an engagement between the president, the ESCO members, and then the Ministry of Defense. Apart from recently, you said the CSA president, and in the team, as a share the head of the National Sports Authority, the Director General, Emma Woodley and Obafaya, it is all part of the enrollment of national team coaches and the new national team. For them to appreciate and understand that this is what is going to be done and this is how we want it to be done. Thinking all the bodies involved are aware. And Mutala, they are aware that most of the time the youth national teams come not only prepare for major tournaments. It is the FA that takes care of their camping, feeding, everything until the major tournament and I got that over. And now there's going to be a very good collaboration between government and the Ghana Football Association to ensure that these coaches are handled very well in terms of salary and everything. There is a framework, there is a plan like that, there is a proposal like that has been sent to government, and we hope that the coming days the government will announce how.
Okay, so again, I say, son of pay, I don't want to come out what boy in Chirimunti. As I said, yes, you say, F horror, any news, any information concerning the Ghana Football Association. Why you be from? Sometimes quite over studio, how do I bet you near Tiasia? Because yet to me, Tram, you trim, Fan Cabibia, I just a moi.
Yamel, Medata, I am not what Ubia Mammy, especially Mr. Ali and I, Matt. Okay, yeah, that was Sheikh to fix
member of the communications department of the Ghana Football Association, and out in Ghana. Now, they look into it's not Ghana Premier League.
Yes.
Any dreams there no.
It's not dreams.
Ghana Premier League.
I mean, we shake what they na.
They say we appointment in there.
Yeah.
Now it's no Ghana Premier League.
Any dreams? Any dreams? Yeah. I think they shake a church and say mu. And some of the things in the self-explanatory, very important. What the reason why these national teams know they are home. But what the clear line between the other ones that they are home and the already existing one, because you need any international tournament for them. Say they are under 17 World Cup and under 17 AFCON, and they are under 20 AFCON, under 20 World Cup, the same as Meteors, Olympic Games, and they are. But the other ones that they are ever came as developmental stage for all these national teams. And now go under 17 years, 3 years time or under 20. Job I say 3 years ni muno. Now I put under 17 no. Sa plan or yeding. In the under 18 war, in the under 19 war. So before say in church are very important. But many international competition be some of these players many friendly games be ako. E be requirement na year for under 16 bra. Also under 17 ni under 16. Inti ndeno eso ba fa so bet ma use obi e de nako. Baby it's also important here. Ya na eta complain wo kroma say individual na afa players e bo mo ka like Kudus Mohammed. Kwan afa so ko wure mu right to dreams. E ko pem on Nogeland. O man no any aban no any interest wo ho. Ba Kudus ba hete ye yan fa na national team. Kwan afa so ba ye Kudus abandon the football association no and play any role. But then say be a friend Kudus be of free saber not pass to under 15, under 16, under 17, under 18, under 19, under 20, under 21, under 23. Answer na only blasters no. On one side Kudus say on man no abon no what can be the do some pempen show way. Very important. Inti yambo football association na baso. Na yamba current administration they say oh man yes I didn't way and all these national team make already existing ones no it to bring the best out of the players so when the opportunity ever remove to the blasters but who say oh man and invest to already so very important now then say now we here pass here communication department ho no baba church and say mu na Ghana force mu tie so ehu the clear vision football association they work. And I just say going forward, no, it will help us. Indeed, Mutala, what if our course or tonight bar, you bring that but what is I employ so? May assure say engagement now course between the football association and the ministry, no. As to point your before so you bet your bacano. Or we intensify, no, very important. You situation be you need quite a player will fast be run at 15. Now you need quite a player will fast be run at 17. You need quite a player will fast be run at 20. A open room for corruption. It is a finding way be. Now we could show me the remember this coach because coach will coach me or to quite play a national assignments. So maybe another person who lives here to the Cassia. And the open room for other things. Indeed, also very important. I mean, assure says 3 months, 4 months, and the end of the quarter by any no. Or follow up. May have purpose, but I think say, Nyama shake fast, but no. I'm not gonna for the clear reason why you take this various national team. Now going forward, no Ghanaians will understand the reason why all these national team and because the existing ones, no Mutala.
Okay, now they do the academy. We meet here for my friend. How much of my drink? It's not here. We are fully focused on the Ghana Premier League. Internet. Before we came, start times adding Kaebiaba say the Spanish La Liga is back on start times. So from the 2024-2025 season, Modo La Liga pano, Monjamo start times. Na Mushibi in Philly. Hello, good morning. We didn't be akase free.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, boss. We didn't be akase free.
Like I said, I free after.
Bacho Yankwe.
Okay. Maybe the or the bad meaning, yeah, they are betting more by Ghana, even your national team. nti me bo mo ba so ena de America ni say yes we mo pi de mo dia ba ya de be ti mo boy ye coach is assessing coach no make na handi sa we national we yes mo tena mo make mo ti am kai tena be ya obi anti mo go fa pe ya baby no ma musika no audio mo pe no be mo di sa national radio because if 15 I thought I could do and that time next system why they what you say oh system what you say it's in the from say the betting one point be bomb about.
Okay, yeah, that's it. 0201825252 and 0550055522. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akasa free.
Good morning, Mutala. Me di me say achinya no.
Yeah, ko boss.
Mutala. Adna ifra na ye. I mean, problem ka kan won say. Since no coach clubs no ma sign with national teams no. I'm ben. Ola ngola mo juma no head integration bi o mo ma to da o. Is a my national team am ye young ngola afian so be chombo na ni suna no kin kan. Now I find that at the same time no that coach in our club will be something like teaching my and I say Western so for that crap the whole day and so they don't time the time mama now all got the same to coach national team time the want me the coaches will be available. I mean it's not can catch one sign coaches I'm on attached to clubs no more yet you know Robert for club no more on so national team I'm no by Mutala judging clubs today up Liverpool what we from Baba and catch time more time ahead.
All right, that's it. 0201825252 and 0550055522. Nina offer yebejo so. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akase free.
Hello, Mutala. Good morning.
Okay. Sami bacho no radio station ma'am. Radio set ne ma'am. Ko afede me tonka yenko.
Na tonyo. My dear, I bet you never for underway. But Mr. Ministry back on yourself. So we are to say, I come in. I saw this class, I class 2, class 3, up to. Into a big black star, no? You know what players and parties the degree in Ghana here. I'm making up a national team. If you're from some amount of no. NCC so that when they get to the black star level, when you are saying I got to see here. And I'm say bring some match with him. Within your TV, I'm a support now to say thank the best papa because I say I'm a massive support for some new that.
Yes, yeah, that's it. 0201825252 0201825252 and 0550055522. Nina obetima free na yaje so ha. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akase free.
Good morning. Udini yourself kwa kaza free piano.
Yanko ya boss.
I'm say Arsenal for the amount to anyone that say Liverpool listen. The nice form the then Spurs special on 3-1. You can hear base. I think since so I mean wanna Sunday want me every match and am I?
Okay, 0201825252 0550055522 and then numbers edi juma frɛ sisi na yɛgye so na kyerɛ wadwe wɔ nsɛm a yɛabrɔbɔ so nyinaa na yɛnkɔ yɛnim. Hello, good morning. Would you baby akase free?
If I'm dating na problem you kasi that's high tension.
Yɛnkɔ yɛ boss.
Boss in patrol. Inti Mauricio Pochettino, onu Nicolas Jackson, omu kwa na bitma watch Chelsea na. Omo supporters ne ro hododo yesrema muna mutumi ya analysis amu kasa no motia yesrema Pochettino ne Nicolas Jackson no mo nkwana no ni pombe tuma bo Chelsea yesrema why
oh sre ne saying
ndo mo pomo mo enyi because Nicolas Jackson pa dia ojina Chelsea dey enya say nka omo fa verse entertainment ko jina on no center bazo That's why.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's it. Oh, no. 0201825252 0550055522. Hello, good morning. Would you any baby akase free?
Good morning, Dr.
Yes, boss.
Grandpa, the capacity is like.
Okay, okay.